Welcome back to the PigSkin podcast, episode 23, Jordan Year. I prefer Devin Hester. That's my
I
guy.
prefer Jair Alexander, but not when he's calling coin tosses.
We're,
So
we're going to get into that. Okay. We're going to get into that. But special episode today. We just had some bowl games. We had the Alamo Bowl. Remember the Alamo. We want to forget about this one, though. We're also going to talk a little bit of Thursday night football. We have hot spot dead zone, and then we're going to end it with week 17 picks and preview of the week. I say let's go ahead and get into it. Arizona 38, Oklahoma 24. We led in the game for a little bit.
yeah. I mean,
That was fun.
it was
24-13.
yeah. Looking back on it, I wish football had three quarters,
Yeah.
kind of like hockey.
Yeah. Well, it didn't. You know what that game reminded me of?
Hmm.
The fourth quarter reminded me of like watching the New York Jets, where like the offense just couldn't get anything going. And then the defense is like, well, we're tired of carrying the fucking squad. Like, if the offense can't do anything, why should we even try? We're not going to win this game. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah. Well, can't
The
turn the
offensive,
ball over 6 times.
yeah, that's true. Uh, I mean, the offense just didn't look very good. Defense
Offensive
looked
line
good.
was awful.
Yeah,
Troy
makeshift.
Everett either needs to figure it the fuck out or never play another game in a senior uniform again.
Was it just because of that one play where Jackson just got smacked and fumbled?
No, it's the fact he was bad all night.
Yeah. A lot of holding calls. SEC
7.
refs. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. So, by the way, Ohio State. Sorry, we're doing this while watching Ohio State, Missouri. Ohio State's quarterback is ranked 33.
Yeah.
Be fun. And then he
fun
just
number.
got their slot receiver murdered. So,
I'd
speaking of
prefer my
murder,
quarterback to wear number 40.
yeah, think so.
Yeah. I think they should allow quarterbacks to wear higher numbers than like 1 through 19.
I think so.
Like, remember that year that Michigan had a wide receiver playing quarterback and he was like 89?
Oh, was that Denard Robinson? No, that was no, he wore 98. Denard Robinson did.
It could have been. I don't remember what year it was. It was either like 2012 or 2013.
Yeah, one year he wore 98 and like for I don't know, some former like player and alumni. Anyway, we're way the fuck off track. Offensive line sucked. Defense played well. The pass rush was there. I'm actually surprised that they were able to get home and get some sacks just because Arizona's offense runs so fast. Didn't do a whole lot of screens.
It's crazy how good our Mason Thomas is when he's like full speed.
Fully healthy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that guy's a beast. He's like that's one thing that I can like about both of the football teams I cheer for. For the Bears, I have Montez Sweat, and then for Oklahoma, I've got another year of our Mason Thomas.
Yeah, I got Rashawn Gary and then R. Mason Thomas and
maybe PJ.
Yeah, I got Lucas Van Ness as well.
Yeah, I like how you slipped that one in there.
I mean, he is Hercules, so
good ball
beautiful
player.
Man. Yeah, he's a beautiful man, but
very hot,
very, very, very hot. But I slept on it. I'm not as angry as I was last night going to bed. OU dug themselves a hole, climbed out of it, and then dug themselves a hole again. It's kind of exactly every game after Texas was essentially that exact, outside of West Virginia. Every single game after we played Texas was the exact same.
Yeah. Hey, did you know Fafita and McMillan are brothers?
Not brothers.
I know, but the freaking announcers made it seem like that. Like every time.
Well, they might be fucking Eskimo brothers the way they fucked OU.
Yeah. Yeah, they had some deep plays. Yeah, they were getting down dirty.
In cowing.
Yeah.
I will say Stogg did get us a murder. That was nice to see.
Yeah, he hit that guy so hard. He was on the ground like shaking. It's like he might have actually murdered him.
He got up and walked away. I think that was that kid's soul. It was not him.
Yeah. It was a physical football game. A lot of dudes.
If if it wasn't OU, it would have been very entertaining for me to watch. But because it had to be OU, I was just pissed.
Yeah, I know, because you knew the inevitable was happening. Like it's almost like going into the game, we knew it wasn't going to look good, and then we were up ahead.
Looked good there for a little bit.
Yeah, it made no sense that we were up 24-13 after being down 13-0, and then it just started. It's
That
like
was a basketball
the
game.
descend. You know, like whenever you see a guy like on a bungee cord and the bungee cord just snaps. Yeah, that's what it was like.
That was a college basketball game. Arizona got out 13-0. Oh, you had a 24-point run. Arizona finished it on what, a fucking another 24-point run?
Yeah.
25. 25 unanswered.
Yeah, that was rough. Jackson, he had some good throws.
He did. He looked like a true freshman though.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
His clock. That's one thing I think they're going to need to work on the most. His internal clock has to speed up.
Yeah.
Whether it's when to throw the ball, because that second interception he had to Drake, not saying Drake was wide open or anything, but he stared it down too long and he was too late on the throw to allow the safety to get over there. Some of the holding calls, like the one on Walter Rouse towards the end of the game, I mean, he just stood back in the pocket for fucking 12 seconds.
Yeah, he did.
Like, he had plenty of time to run. But I mean,
yeah, he keeps instead of like going like they were rushing 3 towards the end, and instead of like stepping up into the pocket, maybe
fucking way.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's things I don't like to see that kind of reminded me of. I'm not saying it is Spencer Rattler, but there were things that Spencer Rattler would do, like escaping the pocket. He would run outside rather than step in.
Yeah,
expect more out of him. So, like, I don't know. I'll give him a D plus.
You said C plus?
D plus.
D plus. I got high hope for Jackson. I think he's going to be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean,
it just comes with time. You know, this is his very first start against a very good football team in Arizona. In Oklahoma's defense, I think I want to spend the most amount of time talking about them. I know this is the whole Jackson Arnold show and everything, but
he looks kind of slow too. By the way, that doesn't like help.
Jackson?
Yeah,
I thought he ran pretty well.
Well, like when he was on designed runs, he ran well, but whenever he had to escape the pocket, I don't know, man. I watched Arch Manning in garbage time against Texas Tech, and he looked fast. I get it's Texas Tech. I'm talking speed, like actual like running speed. Just he looks a lot faster.
Yeah, I don't know that he was ever fully getting down to it. Because I've seen Jackson Arnold get out and run, and he's fast.
Yeah.
I
get it, and I like that. I appreciate that he was looking for like the throw rather than the run, but sometimes
he did have a few nice balls though. That rolling out to the opposite side, making that throw to Nick Anderson in the back of the end zone, beautiful play, beautiful catch by Nick Anderson. That's a future first round pick.
Yeah, you got to be able to like turn your hips the way that he did, being a right-handed quarterback and making that throw was pretty good, but he was still late on the throw. Like if Nick Anderson wasn't
he was late on the throw.
Some are saying that he is very comparable to the Hall of Fame Chicago Bears future wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. Some are saying. Yeah. People are saying that he might be just as good, and I agree. I would agree with that statement.
Oh, would you?
Yeah, but that was an incredible catch.
Are you called Some every now and then? Is that a nickname for you or?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not me. But yeah, it was an incredible catch. I mean, that's just what Nick Anderson does. He'll drop the easy ones and then make the hard ones look incredibly like it's like easy when it's, Oh, sorry.
My heart does hurt the most for Drake, man. Now, Jackson did hit him on a fucking rope over the middle, and he got blasted when he let that ball go, and it was nice. But it does suck for Drake to lose his final game as a Sooner, and at least not score a touchdown. If he had scored a touchdown, that'd have been fun. But
yeah,
God, I wish he had another year, man.
Yeah, it's hard to replace a guy like that. It's hard to replace a good offensive coordinator too. So I'm hoping Seth Luttrell can, make the offense work. I liked Levy and a lot of the stuff that he did.
I think Latrell will. I kind of like Latrell's system a little bit more than I would Levy's, just because
You an
I
air
don't
raid
like
guy?
so much, huh?
You an air raid guy?
Yeah, not necessarily. I'm more of a pro style guy. I like to run the ball, get ahead of the chains, and kind of keep the chains moving, keep the clock rolling, and try to win the time possession game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't like all the RPO stuff. I'm kind of getting over it. It's cool and I like it when it works, but I don't like to major in that type of stuff. I
Yeah.
hate when it's 3rd and 17 and you fake a handoff. Like, the fuck is the point of that? There should be no play action in those situations. That should be a straight drop back pass. You're
Yeah.
not running the ball. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
So I am excited for Latrell and Joe John to get their whole offseason to get their offense kind of baked in. And it's interesting because they're both, oh wow, Brady Cook is running it pretty nice. Latrell's an air raid guy, and Joe John, from what he's gone up in coaching, is a Baylor, like, Art Briles guy, right? More of or not Art Briles, but, well, yeah, I mean, Art Briles, more like the RPO, like the new age type of Baylor offense, like a Levy offense. So I think that they can match those two schemes, and if they can blend them well, it'll be fucking dangerous, dude.
Yeah. What I was most disappointed in, and I understand we don't have one on the roster right now, and we had to kind of just scrape together an offensive game plan with a makeshift offensive line and a true freshman quarterback. But I would like to see a fullback in the offense. I think
I would too.
Oklahoma is at its most dangerous whenever they do have a fullback. People forget that fullbacks are a major part to an offense's success. I mean, look at teams like San Francisco, the 49ers, and then the Ravens, and some of those teams when the Packers had Aaron Ripkowski.
And John Kuhn.
Yeah. And see fullbacks, that's something that I'm hoping that we can implement
And
in our offense.
it's crazy to me that we don't, or that more college teams don't, because you have so many roster spots.
Yeah.
Like, if NFL teams can implement an offense with 48 guys on the field during the game, because it's a 53-man roster and 48 players can play. And yeah, one of them's a fullback. A college team with 120 players on the sidelines can fit a fullback in there somewhere.
I have a theory, and I hope it doesn't come true. I hope it's not a theory that, I hope it's a theory that's just all fugazi. It's just something that doesn't actually come to fruition.
One of Sebastian's crazy takes. Is that what it is?
Yeah. I think we're coming to an age where the fullback maybe no more.
Sad, isn't it?
Yeah, which doesn't make sense, because it's like an extra offensive lineman in like a run game. You can, maybe you can line him up as an H-back, or you can line him up, like as a tight end. He can come around and do some of your pull, and you don't have to worry about your tight end doing that like we did with Austin Stogner. Austin Stogner can go out and make some catches.
My favorite, and the reason I love fullbacks so much, because I agree with you 100% on this. The reason I love fullbacks so much is because I grew up with,
because the low man wins.
The low man does win. But I remember the Trent Rattery, the Trey Millard, Aaron Ripkowski, the John Kuhn, the fucking
Dimitri Flowers,
Jeremiah Hall, bro, like
Seth Luttrell.
I was just a wee lad when Seth Luttrell was doing it.
Twinkle in your dad's eye.
I was born. I was a few weeks old when they won the Natty back in 01. All right. It's a few weeks old.
I can't wait. If I ever have kids, I'm going to show highlights of fullbacks. Like when he's like a baby, I'm holding in his arms and I'm saying, yeah, so this is the part where he fucking pancakes a dude.
Right, at what age do they see the Tavon Austin tape?
Probably when he's 4. When he gets serious, whenever I have to talk to him about, hey, listen, you're 4 years old now. You need to make career choices.
Yeah.
I think football's
keep an eye on the housing market so it doesn't get us. We should have been there in 08, but it's whatever. Right as they're learning to tackle with their head up, not spear tackle people, that's when they get the Tavon Austin tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like like 8th birthday is when you slide D'Anthony Thomas in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I might slide in some Adrian Peterson tape.
Yeah. I feel like you twinkle that in a little bit. What year did they get rookie OBJ?
I don't know if I want my son to be a diva.
Yeah,
At
not in
least
the
not yet.
teenage years, I don't think. I think that's like an 18th, like once they've matured and become a man, that's when you're like, look at rookie OBJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, right as
Rookie
you know
OBJ.
that they're not a little
Rookie
bitch.
Devin Hester.
Yeah. Prime Aaron Rodgers. Maybe Brett Favre even.
Yeah, gunslinger. That's what when I think of some of the throws that Jackson Arnold made last night. They were just gunslinger throws. Like one of them was an arm punt, and it was an arm punt. He was late on the throw, but there was nobody else open except for Drake Stoops. But he saw him late, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna throw it." He's either gonna catch it or it's gonna end in disaster. But
I think he was watching too much Joe Flacco tape.
There was a play where he did look like Joe Flacco, very elite, where he threw the ball, and he purposefully underthrew it so that it would draw pass interference. I don't think we ended up scoring on that play, but that's okay. That's just because we went like 3 straight runs. So the offensive line just wasn't very good, to be able to get us in. But I did like that. That was a very Joe Flacco-esque throw, which, by the way, we'll get into Joe Flacco here in a little bit.
We will. I do want to say this. This is not just all negative on OU. I mean, there was plenty of positive. There was not plenty. There's enough positive to talk about. Gavin Sawchuk, if he stays healthy, is the dude.
Yeah, he's good. He looked explosive last night. He looked like who's the best example of what he reminds me of? His explosiveness. You remember when Dylan Gabriel would run the design QB runs against the very first one where he scored against Texas, when he scored against West Virginia, patient. But then when he gets going, when he just has a burst no other running back that we have.
When he's healthy, he's got a hell of a burst. He's a fast dude.
He has a burst.
That 60-yarder was nice.
I wish he would run as hard as Tawi though, because Tawi just runs so hard.
Tawi runs behind his pads.
He's like a small Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Now he's not as elusive, but
he's definitely not as fast. He
just breaks tackles.
Yeah.
Dude, Wisconsin's got a good one.
Wisconsin does have a good one. I do want to say, Gavin, the thing that made me happiest about Gavin, his footwork looked really good in the backfield. Finding his hole and getting in space.
Is that just because he played in a bowl game?
It might be. Gavin Sawchuk in a bowl game might be Heisman potential.
Yeah. I say we just give him the Heisman just based off his bowl game.
I think so. If maybe OU should trick him into thinking every weekend's a bowl game.
They should play every weekend's a fucking bowl game.
No, they shouldn't. They've lost the last 5 of the last 6.
Oklahoma of old, the Bob Stoops. Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. Big game Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just pretend it's not national championship Bob Stoops.
They should treat every bowl game, whether it's a national championship or what, like it's the Sun Bowl. Back in 2011 when they beat the shit out of was it Stanford or Iowa? Iowa, yeah.
Good team.
Good team. Very good team. But I do want to say Arizona, Noah Fafita, great fucking player.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, dog. Fucking Jacob Cowling, dog.
Dude,
fucking
Noah Fafita.
Kid. Oh my god.
He displayed some toughness. He was getting his ass whooped, sacked, 10 or 15 yards back. But he'd make some throws that were just God, how is this kid not highly recruited?
There was one of them
that
he made. There was one throw he made that surprised the shit out of me. It was the one where Isaiah Coe, I think, swallowed him full, and landed on him, and you just see Noah Fafita disappear, and dude's running for a fucking 30-yard gain, and it cuts back, and Isaiah Coe's just fucking. It's, oh man, that defensive line they played so well, man. They did.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a lot of people are going to take a look at this game and say, yeah, we have offensive line issues. I've got a theory. I think it's going to be a position group that's going to be worse than the offensive line. That's our secondary. I'm kind of worried. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that secondary because they were so good in the beginning half of the season, and towards the latter, they've not looked good. And the linebackers looked good last night. I thought Danny Stutzman looked great. Kip, not very good in coverage, is a missile in the run game, and when he's blitzing, just not good in coverage.
Jaron Kanik also not very good in coverage.
Yeah,
he's a good
he had
if you want to send someone to blow up a guard,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. There are times where when he's blitzing and he's one on one with a guard or the center,
Yeah,
like that's why they keep putting him out there to start because he can
yeah,
do that. And you're like, okay, this kid is just like unbelievable. He did miss the tackle, but
he did. He did.
I think
Um,
Nova Feet is just that athletic that he can get out of it.
I do agree. I think my favorite player from last night, Kendall Dolby.
Dude, Kendall Dolby, R. Mason Thomas.
Kendall Dolby make it like hitting
I liked Woody
tackles with
Washington
swim
last night
moves.
too.
Woody played well. Hey, word is Woody's come back. Wouldn't hate
That
that.
that's a
Wouldn't hate
big
that at
that's
all.
a big thing because he's been like the bright spot in the
Entire
cornerback.
defense last like 3 years.
Yeah. I
Woody's
mean,
been good for a
he
while.
played really well last night. I mean, he did give up one pass. I mean, it's
Yeah.
gonna happen when you're out there on the field and nobody else in the secondary can cover or get I don't know.
Yeah, that one touchdown where was it Pearson and Bowman or was it Peyton and Bowman took the fucking took McMillan on the deep route and it opened up Cowing right across the middle. Oh, man.
I think it was Billy Bowman.
Well, I know it was Billy Bowman, but I think it was either him and Pearson. I think it was him and Pearson because it was two
Probably.
safeties went with the receiver, went with McMillan. But either way, I
Who
mean,
got the pick? Was it Kanai Walker?
yes, yeah. Other than
He
that,
shows flashes where it's like, damn,
yeah,
he's like fucking good, and then like when he starts, it's just like I don't
he
know.
got his ass shook by Noah
Yeah,
Fito, by the way.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like there are times where he looks really good, and then it just falls apart for him.
Yeah,
And
Gentry
he's had
Williams is
he's had
having
enough
surgery this
time.
week.
Yeah.
Gentry's having shoulder surgery this week. I don't
Did
know.
Peyton Bowen?
It's
Did he break his finger?
yeah. Did you see it
Yeah.
when he fucking first drive of the game? He got up and his finger was like this,
Yeah.
and then I saw it was taped up the rest of the game, so I assumed he broke it. But Peyton didn't look good at all. I don't know if it was nerves
The
from
injury.
playing a whole lot or whether it was the broken finger.
I've dislocated my finger before. It fucking hurts.
Yeah,
It hurts. Like that's all you're thinking about, especially like if they didn't give him like oxy or anything,
yeah.
because I doubt they do unless they give him like morphine or something.
Shot a Toradol.
Yeah, like unless they do that, like having a dislocated finger fucking hurt. Even
Yeah,
if you're playing like soccer,
yeah.
like it fucking hurts.
RSJ played well.
Mhm. Yeah, Peyton Bowen didn't play well, and I think it was literally right after he dislocated his finger. You noticed,
Yeah.
just they should have like pulled him out.
Yeah, I think it's the secondary. I truly think it is, but that gap between our safeties and our linebackers, bro, it's been open all season.
Yeah, I know.
All 13 games, it's been wide open.
We don't
I
have any
don't get it.
linebackers that want to play coverage, except
It's
for
not.
Stutzman. Stutzman's just
Oh, dude,
crazy.
that one when he
Where he
threw
almost picked it.
Kendall, yeah, he threw Dolby back in formation and then blitzed right through his fucking hands. Right fucking here, bro. Oh, I didn't notice it on the first play when they came back and looked at it for replay. I was like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah,
But
but congrats to Arizona. I mean, they tough
their
football team.
punter
My
is
buddy.
amazing.
Yeah, our punter's amazing.
Fair. Elzinga.
Yeah, he's good.
Nope.
But they had a good team. My buddy, he's a diehard Arizona sports fan. Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals. He likes the Steelers more than he likes the Cardinals. But he's from Tucson, so he's a big Arizona fan. And we were talking shit to each other, and yeah, he got the last laugh. That fuck face.
That's
Love
all
you, Bobby.
right.
Love Bobby. Oh boy.
You got anything else you want to talk about in this game?
No. Congrats to Kansas State, Pop-Tart Bowl champions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, did you see that it was an edible Pop Tart that popped out of
Yeah.
the toaster?
It's the
That's funny.
dopest shit ever, bro.
Oh,
But
I was gonna send this to you, and I didn't while I was at work.
did you see the Pop Tarts slapping the ass of the fucking referee?
Yeah.
But I think that's about it we got for the Alamo Bowl.
We also did have the Browns versus the Jets last night. While we were watching the Alamo Bowl, I pulled it up and watched some of the game.
Mhm.
The Jets, I think Garrett Wilson's done.
I'm surprised they scored 20.
Yeah. He's had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. He just looks like he's miserable.
But
he looks like your average Jets player that they're done. And Robert Salah's they're keeping Robert Salah.
I would. They got a good defense. That's his trademark.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, if he's not healthy next season, I think he needs to retire and they just need to sell the team.
Think so?
Yeah. Get some offensive linemen in the offseason. Draft them. Don't just, no transfer.
Gotta draft them.
You gotta prove that you have a good NIL. Use the transfer portal, utilize it, maybe recruit some guys.
The Jets need to use. Okay.
Yeah, they got a strong program.
Yeah.
Also, Joe Flacco, crazy stat. So he ended the half. It was 34-17. He had 296 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in the first half of the game. In the second half of the game, gotta do the math.
What's that? 13 yards and a pick?
Yeah, he had 13 yards. No, he had the pick early.
Oh, he did have the pick early.
It was a pick 6. Yep.
So that's why the Jets scored so much. Defense had to do it.
Yeah. Joe Flacco is absolutely probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
Oh, like legitimately, like not even joking, he's playing so good.
His stats are unbelievable.
I'd almost, if you're doing fantasy sports, I'd almost take the over on his yards every week.
Every fucking week. Which, I was right. I told people Joe Flacco was elite. Nobody wanted to believe me, but it's okay.
You did.
Shout out Stavros. He's a big shout out Stavi. Stavi's a big Flacco guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Shout out Stavros. Funny guy.
I mean, I didn't watch a whole lot of this game. I did see Njoku had yet another just ridiculous game.
Crazy game.
Yeah. And then he scared the shit out of that kid afterwards while signing autographs. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a dope dude.
I did see a stat for Joe Flacco. So if he had played, there was a pace stat for him, and it was if he played all 17 games in the season, he'd be on pace for 5,600 passing yards, 50 touchdowns, and 30 interceptions.
Dear fucking God.
Yeah.
That's so fucking insane.
We did have the Elijah Moore injury. That was kind of scary. That one
was scary. Bro, Sione Takitaki is a beast. I forget he is just consistently that good. Yeah.
But the Browns are kind of in a position where if I had to pick a team to make the Super Bowl, like they're the only team I would trust right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we all know who my dark horse is, but we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, the Browns, there's still a chance for them to. I mean, if they win out and the Ravens lose their next 2 games, the Browns would have the tiebreaker, and they'd be first place, and they'd get a first round bye if the Dolphins lose another game.
Imagine if the Browns and Lions were both a 1 seed.
Make the Super Bowl.
I would shit my pants if the Super Bowl was Browns versus Lions.
Yeah. There's a way for the Lions to get the 1 seed. San Francisco would have to lose, and
the Lions went out. That's it.
Yeah. And so basically, Matthew Stafford has to be the savior for the Lions. Because the 49ers are they're going to do unthinkable things to the Commanders.
Yeah.
This coming week. This might end up on Brazzers.
It'll belong on there.
Yeah.
It'll be right. It'll be a suggested video right after you click on the Alamo Bowl fourth quarter. That's exactly what it's going to. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's crazy that they're doing all this without Nick Chubb.
And now it looks fourth quarterback of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like they
should just gone to Joe to start. Well,
that's why the Browns, they can never get it right at quarterback. They get it right, and they had to use their division rival, they had to pick a quarterback that won a Super Bowl for their division rival. Hopefully, they can bring the Browns their first Super Bowl. It would be classic Joe Flacco, or Joe Flacco would be like a savior for the Ravens, if like in the AFC Championship, where it looks like he's going to take it to the Super Bowl. Like he still is like a Raven at heart. He just throws like 6 picks, just ruins his
Dude,
stat line
that would be hilarious.
because he's always a Raven at heart. But
Always a Raven.
yeah, the Browns, they're in the playoffs and they look really fucking good.
They do. They look like one of the hottest teams in football right now.
They do. Their defense is awesome. Myles Garrett, I mean, he's a couple of weeks away from being completely healthy. Juwan Thornhill was back. Now they're missing their two tackles. That's going to be a big problem. But yeah. Anyway, we do have other games coming up, so we'll go ahead and we'll preview the Week 17. We'll do our preview and picks, and then after that, we'll do our hot spot and dead zone. And then we'll conclude with just a simple discussion. We'll talk about something, and we'll just we'll be done.
All right. You want to kick it off, or you want me to go first?
Well, we'll go ahead with so we have another Saturday game.
Yes.
It's a Saturday night game. Yeah. Yeah, the way the schedule worked out this week, the schedule maker, there's like 10? Yeah, there's like 10 early slate games. That's going to mess with my brain. Like, why did they do that? Why not put 2 more games in the afternoon?
It never makes sense. I have my notebook. I'll be fine.
Yeah. But we have the Lions and Cowboys. It's in Dallas. It's the Jimmy Johnson game.
Yeah.
They're inducting Jimmy Johnson into the Hall of Fame.
Does that mean the Lions win?
Well, I thought the curse was lifted. That's what Cowboys fans are saying.
Yeah, but these ain't the same old Lions.
These may not be the same old Cowboys after they induct Jimmy Johnson into the Hall of Fame. My FSR gets to go to that game. Like her family, she doesn't know like the significance of the game, so she was like, "Yeah, my family's taking me to the Cowboys game this weekend, and we're gonna get to like go into the stadium." I was like, "You realize that's like awesome, right?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of fun." I'm like, "No, like this is."
Here.
I was like, "This is significant." I'm not even a Cowboys fan, but like that is significant. Like Jimmy Johnson is getting inducted. She had no idea who Jimmy Johnson was. It's fine, but I don't know. Cowboys at home. Lions, or it's Jared Goff in a dome. Actually, I'm going to call this the Jerry Jones game because Jerry Jones is going to find a way to spin it about himself.
Oh, 100%.
He's like, "Look at me. See, I can change as a person."
Yeah.
He's like, "See, I can change. I'm inducting Jimmy Johnson. We hated each other. This is all about me." It's like the Walter White meme. This is all about me.
I'm the one who knocks.
Yeah, this is the Jerry Jones game.
You know what? I've been picking the Cowboys and picking the Cowboys and picking the Cowboys. Fuck it. Cowboys are going to win this game.
Okay. No, that's a good way to. It's a psychological thinking. That's what you have to do with sports.
Yes.
Like you've been picking the Cowboys back-to-back weeks. They're hot, but then they had to play on the road, and you're like, no, I think this is the time they can actually win on the road, and they don't. This is like the perfect time to fade them because it's the Lions who just clinched the division. They've still got everything to play for because Dan Campbell, there's no way he is going to be happy with that game last week. Even though they clinched the division, they still had some. The Vikings could have easily won that game.
Yeah, they tried to hand the game to the fucking Vikings.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And so they're going to go into that game pissed, and that's like every reason to take the Lions, right?
Yeah.
Nope, 100%. You have to fade it and take the Cowboys. That's just how it works. That's
how the football gods.
That's just how it works.
They're just trying to show us, this is the Cowboys game.
But you are right. It's not the same old Lions. They're accomplishing something that past Lions teams couldn't even accomplish. Even the one in the 90s that won,
even the Barry Sanders led Lions.
Yeah,
couldn't do this shit.
Yeah, when they won their first playoff game, and I think they can at least win one playoff game. I don't know. We'll see.
They should.
Yeah, I mean they'll host a game.
Yeah, I mean they'll probably be the 2 seed, maybe the 2 or 3 seed. So because right now they're the 2 seed, they have the tiebreaker against the Lions. Or the Eagles.
Would they host the Rams?
I think right now, yeah.
What if it was up to Matthew Stafford to beat the 49ers to get the 1 seed, and then they meet in the AFC Championship?
That'd be insane.
Because if the Rams beat the 49ers, no, they'd still be the 6th seed, wouldn't they?
I think so.
So if they won their game,
it all depends on what happens between Green Bay and Minnesota.
you're right.
So, because right now I think Minnesota's the 6 or 7. No, Minnesota's the 7 because they lost to Detroit.
Yeah.
But if Minnesota wins out, then the Rams would still be 6. If Green Bay gets in, the Rams are still 6 probably because they'll have a game better record than the Packers. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they'd still be the 6th seed. I kind of like the Cowboys this game.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Cowboys this game. They're at home. It's an important day. I mean, maybe not for the players. I mean, the players probably aren't even old enough to remember who Jimmy Johnson is. But the fans are gonna, it's gonna be significant for them. They're gonna have a lot of guys that love Jerry, not Jerry Jones, but Jimmy Johnson that are gonna be impactful in that game.
No, certainly. I'm gonna take, like I said, fuck it, dude. I'm keeping with the Cowboys.
Okay.
All
right. Next game. This one is another game of significance. Dolphins, Ravens. Ravens look good. They just beat the dog shit out of the 49ers.
Yeah.
Dark horse Super Bowl team. The Ravens, they're a very, very good team, and they're my dark horse to get to the Super Bowl. Just good defense. Lamar Jackson, he might be MVP. I mean, they're probably going to give him MVP if he continues to play well. But with that being said, I kind of like the Dolphins this game.
Yeah, see, I've been going back and forth on this one all day.
Well, the Ravens, okay, like even though they are clearly like one of the like top 3 teams in the NFL, they fuck around. They do. They're one of those teams like they look good when they look good when they play an NFC team, like a top NFC team. Yeah, like when they want to look good. Like they could prove they can beat anybody. They're the team that can beat anybody and lose to anybody.
Yeah.
It's Oklahoma.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah.
We beat the dog shit out of Texas, and then, well, not the dog. I mean, we outmatch and beat Texas, and then we lose to
Texas.
Yeah, and then we lose to fucking Oklahoma State. So that's what the Ravens are, and so Tua,
it's the Ravens at home. Dolphins just came off their biggest one of the year. Ravens just came off their biggest one of the year. Both teams are riding highs.
Well, I like that they won close too. Like, because the Cowboys are a good team. Cowboys are a good team. They looked good. Like, their defense played really well. Michael Parsons was getting held like every snap. And I like the fact that they can win close because that's what it's going to be in the playoffs. So when you play a good team, you have to win close. Like, you've got to be able to close out games. That's what they did. I don't know. It's a really maybe like a pick that you can fade if you're picking against me. I don't blame you if you pick the Ravens, but I do kind of like the Dolphins. Maybe to cover. I'll say Dolphins to cover.
Who do you think this game matters more for? Who's got more to lose?
I don't think I think both teams are in the playoffs. I think both teams know they're in the playoffs, but probably right now the Ravens, just because they have the 1 seed right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's got more to prove? The Dolphins probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The Dolphins have also been really banged up recently. Jalen Waddle gets hurt every other play. Tyreek has been banged up, but I think he's back and he should be fine.
Their offensive line's kind of banged up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like Mike McDaniel to come up with a game plan. This is like the perfect game for the Dolphins where they win this game and they are riding high, and then they go back home in Miami next week and face Buffalo, and then just like they're at home and they still lose on their home turf. Like that's like the perfect setup for it.
I don't think this game's a blowout. That's for damn sure. I think this is probably going to be one of the games of the day, if not the game of the day, maybe even one of the games of the year.
I'll tell you this: there is a certain bet that I like about this game, and it's going to be one of my dick picks. So stay tuned.
Okay. All right, we'll get into it.
But I do like the Dolphins in this game. I think they're gonna.
I think I see what you're looking at, by the way.
Yeah, they're gonna game plan something.
Yeah.
Because remember what happened last year? Tua, I mean, they were down big, and then Tua, then again, they don't have Jalen Waddle, but Braxton Berrios.
Miami has a white corner.
That is true. Did he even play last week?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did either.
No. But I'm going to take the Ravens this one.
You like the Ravens in this one?
Yeah.
That's not a bad pick. I mean, I would normally take the Ravens, but I don't know. They're just definitely the team that they're riding high. Like, they win a game like that against San Francisco. And, I mean, even Mike Florio said, is it too late for me to say that the Ravens are going to kick the shit out of the Dolphins?
Yeah.
And then the Dolphins are going to go out there and they're going to win the game. And then everybody's going to continue to pick on Mike Florio.
This is one I'm not putting money on. That's for damn sure.
I don't know. I might put money on that one. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I might put money on something on it, but not the outcome of the game.
Right.
The winner or the loser. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you do like a prize picks or something. Maybe just like pick some of the players on there. But okay, next game. Patriots Bills. Okay. There's really nothing I want to talk about for this game.
So last week I infamously took the Bills to cover 12.5 against the Chargers. Dumb pick looking back on it, obviously. Hindsight's 2020. Do the Bills cover by 14 in this game?
I don't know, man. I'm still riding high with the Patriots. I think they've got one more in them. I think they could win another game. They can go out there and prove that, Bill Belichick, he's still the guy. He's just, Robert Kraft is making a mistake, just letting him go. Bailey Zappi has a lot to prove. They don't need to draft a quarterback. What they really need is a wide receiver, maybe like an offensive coordinator. I think the Patriots have one more in them. Also,
so you're saying they cover
it may
or win?
be. I think they could pull out a win. It's
Okay.
the Bills. Bills, the Bills can win against anybody and lose against anybody. They're like a worse version of the Ravens.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll beat the dog shit out of
They're
the team.
a more violent version of the Ravens. You
Yeah.
either get them at their very best and they look like world beaters, or you get OU's offense in the Alamo Bowl. I'm gonna keep reverting back to
Kansas.
Yeah.
Or against Oklahoma State, sorry.
Or UCF or fucking.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it might be time for Bill Belichick to retire. What else does he have to prove? Like, he won 6 Super Bowls.
I think he has the fact that
he made Mac Jones look good for one season.
Yeah, but I think what I think he has to prove, what I think Bill Belichick has to prove is not everyone, most people, me included, like, it's because of Bill that the Patriots. Now, it's because of both of them, realistically, Bill and Tom. But there were so many people that were like, oh, it was because of Bill. And now those people are like, no, it was because of Brady. As much of a competitor as Bill Belichick probably is, that's probably what he's got left to prove.
It's kind of hard to win a Super Bowl when you don't have a top
tier
when your
quarterback can't, throw it past plastic forks in the fucking ground. Yeah, I know.
He won a playoff game with the Browns in the 90s.
Fair.
He's nothing to prove to me.
He also had Nick Saban on that team.
Yeah, look what Nick Saban did with the Dolphins.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right, you got me there.
Nothing against Nick Saban. Great college coach. The GOAT.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Best college coach of all time. No joke. But I don't know.
I don't know, man. You met Brent Venables?
Old, man.
He does. He does look old. I do want more videos of him leaving booty calls, though. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was the
how old was that video, though? Was that this year? Because it came out this year, but it could have been an older video.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I'm here for more. I'd enjoy it. Especially if he got that old man stretch, like he rips ass and scratches his chest, That one right there. Right as his hands start to open up in the stretch, that's when he shits. Yeah. But no, the Bills are gonna win this game. We both know that. Stop lying to yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
What game we got next?
Next game, Raiders Colts. I mean, again, I don't really know. The defense looks good. Aiden O'Connell didn't look so good last week.
Antonio Pierce is that dude.
Has he earned himself a starting job?
Antonio Pierce?
He's the head coach next year, right?
It has to be.
I actually do like what Big Cat said. Big Cat, he had a tweet and it was like Antonio Pierce has done such a good job as the Raiders interim head coach that Mark Davis is gonna hire Lincoln Riley and pay him $200 million.
I wouldn't fucking doubt it.
That's what I mean. That's what Rich Bisaccia, interim head coach, did great for the Raiders, and then they just hired Josh McDaniel. That's like the perfect Mark Davis move. I don't know. I think it's one of those where Mark Davis is probably good.
The perfect Mark Davis move would be him barking up the fucking John Gruden tree again.
Yeah, I know. Like, hey, do you want to come back?
We'll disable your Outlook, but you want to come on back?
No,
He's
like
Gmail.
actually, if you do come back, you can keep your Gmail, but I get to be the one in control of it.
Yeah.
And then he just puts as many obscenities as he wants. But Mark Davis is probably gonna ask Antonio Pierce, like, hey, you grew up a diehard Ravens fan, right? You want to be the head coach? How bad do you want to be the head coach?
Yeah. You think Mark Davis is like, you can be the head coach if I get the inward pass? Is that the level it goes to?
Maybe inward pass and then like a gold card to PF Chang's.
Oh, maybe. I've heard those are pretty enticing.
Yeah, like give me the gold rewards program to PF Chang's, and then let me.
I'm not a big part of the Changs gang, but I can get down with some pepper steak.
Yeah, Mark Davis is very big, he's very big on PF Chang's. He goes there like every week.
I wouldn't doubt it with that haircut. Sure, he confuses his hair for some fucking ramen from.
No, I mean that's what makes it so much better is that he's a fucking billionaire and he just walks around with that.
He's
haircut.
Just showing up to.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. It's crazy that he's like one of the poorest billionaires, or like he's the poorest owner in the NFL. He's probably gonna ask Antonio Pierce if he wants to coach for free.
He's like, hey, you know anyone that can fade me up real quick?
He's like, there are people in your community that can do the good old fades, right?
And one of your homeboys, right, in the barbershop.
He's like, how about this? I'll let you be the coach of the Raiders if you coach for free, and then I'll pay you like each month to just fade me up.
He's like, hey, Antonio, can you take me back to Stockton?
I don't
Antonio's like, I'm from fucking Baltimore, bro. What do you mean?
We grew up a diehard Raiders fan, so I'm sure he would coach for free.
Not that organization. I wouldn't.
No, yeah, you're right.
In Green Bay,
I wouldn't want Mark Davis to cut his hair though. I love that he has that haircut because, like I said, billionaire walking around with that, like he doesn't give a shit. Did you ever hear about the infamous Noogie story?
Yes.
I think it was like a player that gave him a noogie.
Yeah, and he fucking, what is he, fucking autistic? Like,
yeah. I don't really know. I mean, I like Shane Steichen. I think he's done a great job for the Colts this season, but
yeah, they're kind of coming back down to.
You could flip a coin. Right? You can say heads, Colts, Raiders is tails. Whatever it lands on, it wins.
It lands straight up.
It lands. It just ends in a tie. I don't know.
I think it'll be a fun game though.
All right. How about this? Colts heads, tails, Raiders. Hey Siri, flip a coin. It's tails.
She hit you with a by the way. It's kind of rude.
Hey Siri. Heads or tails? Oh, heads this time.
Okay.
All right.
One.
Hey Siri. Fuck you. That was mean. I'm sorry. Hey Siri. Flip a coin. Okay, so the Colts are gonna win this game. All right.
There. Got it.
Next game. I don't really know if I want to even talk about these games. Like some of them are just. Well, okay. There's one that's interesting because a certain player might be returning. So Texans Titans.
Oh Texans, yeah, CJ Stroud might be back.
Yeah, the Texans have not been fun to watch, and I think we've taken. I don't know if we've taken CJ Stroud for granted, or if we just didn't like realize the significance. Get Rookie of the Year? I'd give him fucking MVP for how bad the Texans are without him.
Fair enough.
like he's just that good, I guess. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, there are some shitty games this weekend. I'm kind of looking through these.
Yeah.
Uh,
We should be happy that we get to have in what everybody thought was going to be the worst division in football this year. Like for years to come, hopefully for years to come, we're going to have CJ Stroud, Will Levis, and fucking Anthony Richardson.
and Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that too. If he's like not dead by the time.
Yeah, he
He's so
isn't
injured.
literal jello.
Yeah, he is so injured. I feel bad for him. But yeah, I mean, this game, I don't really know. I mean, maybe Texans. I think like they still have a shot to make the playoffs if they went out and have a couple of things go their way. Nico Collins is back. I mean, he can still throw to Noah Brown. The injury to Tank Dell, we didn't realize how significant it was because their offense just kind of
fell off the face of the earth.
I
would lean Houston in this game, though.
I do like DeAndre Hopkins versus Derek Stingley this week.
Yeah.
If you know, I'm a big wide receiver and cornerbacks guy.
Yeah.
And I love that matchup. I absolutely love that matchup. That's a big test for Derek Stingley, who I have a lot of high hopes, or I'm high on his stock.
Yeah.
Like if I can be like high on a player, like on a player's stock, his is definitely the one that I'm toting the most.
Oh yeah.
I think he could be sensational.
Oh yeah. I think he's well on his fucking way to be in there too.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like Derek Stingley versus DeAndre Hopkins. I also kind of like Will Levis today on Sunday.
Yeah, he's supposed to be back, right, from the high ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be a fun game just for the fact that both of those guys are going to be playing against each other. Will Levis and CJ Stroud.
He's not going to be 100%.
No.
But I think they are going to play him because at this point, after they said that they've parted ways or that they're going to part ways with Ryan Tannehill, I don't know if they're going to play him anymore. Maybe they should just say, fuck it. Like, just, let him play his last couple of games.
We got another team that's parting ways at quarterback. We'll get to here in a few, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm a lean Texans in this one. CJ Stroud's coming back. I just love watching him play football, man. He's so good.
Yeah. I really like the Texans defense in this one too. And
as well.
There is a bet in this one that I really like too.
Okay.
And so we'll get to that. It may not be part of my dick picks, but I do like the under in this game.
Yeah.
I know. It's weird. CJ Stroud coming back, and I like the under.
Well, he's not going to be – it's going to take him some time, especially as a rookie. He's not going to come back and immediately light the world on fire. He might. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Next game, Panthers-Jaguars. CJ Stroud is back, but Trevor Lawrence is out.
Yeah.
So Trevor Lawrence is out, so we're going to get CJ Beathard versus Bryce Young.
Woo.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The Jaguars are kind of dead in a way. Actually, I think this is a one where the Jaguars, like, they still have like a playoff spot to fight for, and they're still in the playoffs right now, right? If the playoffs ended today, they'd be in. Yeah, they're the fourth.
This is the 4 seed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so Texans do have something to play for. Texans have the same record as the Jags.
They could win the division.
Yeah.
But so could Indianapolis.
Yeah.
They're the 7th seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be tough to have two AFC South teams. Yeah. But the Texans, what does their schedule look like?
They have Tennessee and Indianapolis.
Win-loss.
Think so?
Yeah. They beat them the first time, and they should easily beat them the second time, and that's why the Colts are totally going to beat them. That's just how it works. That
is the logic of the NFL and football. It's hard to beat them twice.
Here's my thinking behind why I'm going to pick the Jaguars for this game. It's been so low for them the past 3 weeks. Like, you had the game against the Bengals, and then Baker just tore you apart. And Baker's playing fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Baker was
he's playing really good football the past 4 weeks. But it can't get any lower for the Jags, and they're going up against a team that they probably know that they can beat. So I think I'm going to take the Jags for this one.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna lean the Jags in the simple fact they're playing the fucking Panthers.
Yeah.
And as bad as I hate the Bears, they're gonna get the number 1 overall pick. So
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. And plus the Jags still are leading the division, and they could easily get the 4th seed if they win out. And then Trevor Lawrence can, he can get healthy within the next couple of weeks if they can win out.
yeah,
But I don't know.
who the Jags have left. I'm assuming the Jags play obviously. Yeah,
Well,
the
they have
Titans.
Panthers and Titans, which both winnable games. Also because it's the Jags, both losable games.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Next game, Bears Falcons. We don't have to talk about this one. I don't care. And
You done?
yeah, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't have anything.
Bears
I mean,
win.
I guess I hope they win just because you want to have that winning culture. Like if you're rebuilding and Ryan Poles is serious, like you want to have a winning culture and you want to start winning games. That way it carries over to next season. But also, I'd kind of rather just have the better draft position.
Yeah. Are they done with Justin Fields?
I hope he plays well today.
Is that for trade bait or?
Well, no. I think he's a good kid. Like
Yeah.
the team rallies around him. They seem like they love Justin. So if the team loves him, then I love him.
Yeah, I mean DJ Moore came out and was like, essentially was like, fuck drafting a quarterback. Justin's the guy. So
I think he has to say that.
he does. He kind of does. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot on this game. I think Chicago wins.
He's got a lot of highs. He's got a lot of lows.
We got we got the Taylor Heineke game. God damn, dude. Ohio State's this is such a bad game right now. Ohio State's defense is playing so well against Missouri, but Ohio State's on their essentially 4th string quarterback at this point. And Missouri's just eating them apart right now. But anyways,
throw it to Ibuka. That's kind of who I hope the Bears draft.
Ibuka.
Yeah. He looks like he'd be really good.
Yeah, I mean, so my thought with this game is, look, we got the Falcons last week, and we got Taylor Heineke's first game back as a starter. That's always his, fucking peak. And then now it's going to fall off. And Chicago's defense has been playing really well still. They're still playing well. I think Chicago should win this game.
Yeah. 7-9 record. We haven't had a 7-9 record for a while.
Yeah.
Because in 2018 it was 12-4, but the year before that it was like 5-11.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last time we had 7-9 was 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
7-9, maybe 8-9. Next game, Rams Giants.
Rams should win.
It's hard to root against Tyrod Taylor.
It's also hard to root against Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he's making a case. He's making a case for a comeback player of the year. I think it's between him, Baker, and people are probably saying DeMar Hamlin. If I used sodium pentanol and injected it into DeMar Hamlin, that's truth serum.
Mm-hmm.
If I told him, hey, do you think you deserve to win this award if you won it? I have a theory that he would say, no, I just want to be a normal person. Like I want to continue to just play football and not have this thing, like this aura around me that I'm just some god because I rose from the dead. And that's just me. Nothing against Tamar. I mean, that was like he literally almost died. Like he had commotio cordis. He was very close to dying. Like he had to have CPR. Like that's a serious injury. But I don't know. I think it should be Baker. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Between him and between Baker and Matthew Stafford. But boy, was the Tommy DeVito era fun. It sucks that it's over.
It sucks he beat the Packers, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh, and the Commanders. He did beat the Commanders.
The Commanders fucking blow. He beat the Packers. That sucks.
Yeah, but that was back when before their defense was like at bad. They were ass, but now they're super ass.
Is that where they fall on the Big Cat rankings?
Yeah.
Super ass.
Yeah, they went from ass to ass to super ass. And so when Tommy DeVito beat him is when Tommy, I think he was probably at his best. He had over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. But yeah, there is another bet for this game that I really like.
Yeah.
There is one that I really, really like. And so we'll get to it when we do our dick picks. Let me get a fucking pen. Where the fuck is a pen when I need one? Damn it. You go ahead and talk. Oh, by the way, I do like the Rams in this one. I like Tyrod.
Yeah.
I think Tyrod's gonna sling the ball. And I know the Rams defense has gotten a lot better, and that's probably why they're such a dangerous team right now, is because Matthew Stafford, one, is playing really fucking good. Sean McVay is still probably a top 3 head coach in the NFL. Just that's my personal ranking. He's so hot.
He is
as a
hot.
coach. Yeah. He's hot on and off the field. Just ask his wife. He has a new kid. And then their defense is playing a lot better. Kyron Williams, that kid, he was good at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He might be even better in the NFL.
5th round steals are the name of the game for the fucking Rams.
Yeah. That dude can block his ass off. He's probably
Yeah.
one of the best blocking running backs. And he can just run the ball too. He likes to do it all. He loves
and he's
playing.
on Sean McVay's fantasy team. So
Yeah. Well, Sean McVay knew. I guess he fucking knew. But yeah, I do like the Rams in this one. I am interested to see like what happens if Tyrod doesn't play well.
Yeah.
Because I think he will. Tyrod's like the perfect quarterback to where, like, for some reason he's just always been a second string after the Bills drafted Josh Allen, and every time he's come in, he's played awesome.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't play well, could we be writing another chapter of the Tommy DeVito story? Chapter 2?
I don't think so. That book's done, man.
No, the author just is on strike.
Either that or he got whacked.
Yeah. Next game, Bucks Saints.
This is a playoff game for the Bucks. Win in your end.
Mm-hmm. Win the division.
Yes.
Like I said, Baker Mayfield deserves comeback player of the year. I want to throw a blind resume at you.
Okay.
So this one is quarterback A. Quarterback A has 3,598 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's passing touchdowns. That's not total.
Yep.
Quarterback B has 3,648 yards, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Okay.
So quarterback B has slightly higher yards, but quarterback A has a better TD to interception ratio.
Quarterback A is Baker, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Quarterback B?
What were the touchdown interceptions again?
23-9.
Is it Dak?
I'll give you a hint. He's the other guy that I wouldn't mind seeing comeback player of the year.
Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford.
Really?
So you could say that Baker Mayfield is almost on the same level as Matthew Stafford. Or this season, he might even have better stats. Yo, you want to know something crazy? I'll show you something fucking crazy.
What's up?
Here's something fucking crazy.
Damn, bro. We're about to get a
Baker Mayfield.
Get a Harrison Mevis fucking 68-yarder. They got to delay a game, bro.
Where the fuck are they at? There's no bye week. Okay, there it is. Okay, quarterback A, which was Baker Mayfield, at 3,500 and something yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. This quarterback, 3,938 yards, 26 touchdowns, but 14 interceptions, and a lower completion percentage.
Is that Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's thrown 14 picks.
I know, dude.
That's like I said, Nagy's disease. It's incurable.
Think so?
Yep, the only cure for it is Andy Reid. You gotta fire Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
Matt Nagy's disease. Go ask Trubisky. It was hard to cure him.
I'm sure.
And now he's got full blown Matt Canada.
Yeah, it's almost as bad as like fucking chlamydia. It's up there. But
Chlamydia was a pretty good coach.
Was he now? Yeah, the hard-nosed football team.
Anyway, while
Those are
I
on fire.
go and grab a pen and another beer, you could talk about how much we love Baker Mayfield.
Well, perfect. We do love Baker Mayfield on this goddamn podcast. Like the Bucks should win this game. Like it's a win and you're in. Baker has completely revitalized his career, and him and Mike Evans just have a beautiful connection. Chris Godwin as well, but more so him and Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a Hall of Fame guy, first ballot, no matter what. And Baker and them, there's not a team that's going to win the Super Bowl, but they're going to play some pretty good playoff games. They're going to be a good playoff team. They might even win a game or two.
You think so?
Probably just a game. Probably just a game, I think. But I just...
If it's at home, I think the Bucks can win a game.
Well, it will be. They'll get a home playoff game. It's the 4 seed.
Yeah. Maybe the Cowboys.
It'd be hilarious.
Most Cowboys fans are probably Texas Longhorns fans, so that would be disastrous for them if the Cowboys lost to the Bucks in the playoffs.
That'd be so funny, bro. It'd also be
It's
weird
also
for all
Dak.
the OU fans that are also Dallas Cowboys fans.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, no, they're all pussies. Looking
Why
at
the
you,
fuck
Jimmy
are your
Green
Cowboys
Beans.
Jimmy Green Beans?
Yeah.
Brent Venables is a Cowboys
I guess
fan?
so. I think so, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. The Saints, like it's almost like you could because they haven't, like the Bucks have been riding so high the past 2 weeks and have looked so good, and it's looked pretty bad for the Saints the past couple of weeks. It's almost like how the football works. You should probably take the Saints. No,
Oh, yeah.
I think the Bucks have shown me enough that like they beat them the first time. Second time in, New Orleans, they're gonna know. Excuse me, they're gonna be able to match up better. No, I think it's over for Derek Carr.
Yeah.
One team is rallying behind their quarterback, and the other team kind of hates their quarterback.
You think the Saints are going to go back to their old, fuck. What was it?
Could this be a Jameis Winston appearance game?
I would love that. Oh, damn it. What was you think the Saints are going to go back to their bounty hunter ways, but just on Derek Carr?
Who fucking knows, man? Ooh, Mike Evans versus Lattimore.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. But the Bucks should win this game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Bucks. I hope they win, because after that, if they win that game, then they're going to go into Carolina with nothing but the utmost confidence.
Yeah.
And then Baker and Todd Bowles and all of them are going to be thinking about me like, hey, Sebastian really needs this number 1 pick. We got to beat the Panthers.
Just for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote a letter.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Is this like a letter to Santa Claus, but for adults?
No, it said, "Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling."
I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone.
What's the next game after this? Cardinals, Eagles.
Eagles.
Okay, that was quick. No discussion?
No. I mean, Kyler versus Jalen, that's cool, but...
How much do the Eagles need to win by for us to comfortably say that they could probably win a
48.
playoff game? Like 48-0, you will say, like, yeah, this team can win a playoff game?
I mean...
Matt Patricia, he's the defensive coordinator.
56-7, you know?
They have demoted Sean Desai last week, and they promoted Matt Patricia as defensive.
That's a lose-lose right there, dude.
If he's like doing both offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator.
He's got his pencil in his fucking ear, and he's like, all right, we're going to run cover 2 with a safety blitz. And you're like, hey, Matt, we're on offense. He's like, oh, shit, cover 3.
Well, I think that could work.
You think so?
You like get the quarterbacks in the huddle, and then he's just saying it as loud as he possibly can, like telling the defense what they should run to stop this play.
Cover 3. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, let's
all right, guys.
Safety.
All right, guys. Outside, jailbreak. We're just gonna run it up the middle. And they're looking, and then the defense is going to run that safety blitz.
They
And
run a
Jalen
crack
Hurts is
toss
Yeah.
right into it.
Dude, bring back the shark wheel.
Yes. Yes.
Great play.
I did throw a pick on it last night on NCAA 14, but that's
You
besides.
did.
I did.
You did. I watched it happen.
I waited too long, and I hit
You
I
did.
hit. Yeah, I was a little bit late on Taylor Tatum out the backfield, you know. So
Oh, they're coming out with the new NCAA.
they
They're
are.
gonna be, yeah.
We might get an announcement before the national championship game.
Yeah. So if that happens, you won't have to play 14 anymore. You could just play the
Uh-huh.
new one, and it's gonna have all the new players.
For 25.
I miss doing the where you create a coach and you go through like a
Starting as a
dynasty mode.
shitty team. Yeah.
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 I do like
Taking over
Akron.
Rice. Yeah.
I do Akron and just move my way up.
Akron.
Or like fucking Arkansas
Central
State.
Michigan.
Mhm.
Oh,
Liberty.
But yeah, no, Eagles
Liberty.
Eagles should win this.
Liberty.
Eagles should win this game by 1 million.
Yeah. Last game, 49ers versus the Commanders, and then we'll move on to the afternoon slate. The Commanders have benched Sam Howell in favor of Jacoby Brissett. Oh, wait. Sorry. This afternoon, they actually came out and said that Jacoby Brissett is dealing with an injury, so they're actually going to sideline him and possibly put him on injured reserve for this game, and Sam Howell might get to play.
Who's next? Are they just going to start Bryce Young?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, is it a good thing for Sam Howell to go out there and play against the 49ers after they just got their ass whooped by the Ravens?
They're going to come out for blood.
Yeah.
Chase Young and Nick Bosa are going to have a meeting at Sam Howell's fucking neck, dude.
It almost feels like every coach that's been under the Washington Commanders like tree has like a vendetta against the Commanders or like against Washington and like wants to beat the shit out of them. Like Sean McVay, maybe Mike McDaniel in the future and Kyle Shanahan. Like I don't know what their vendetta is. Like they got their start there, but it just seems like they want to beat the shit out of the Redskins football team, Commanders, whatever you want to call them.
Hey, can't say that.
Sorry, Native Americans.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
But no, the Niners should win this game again by 1 million.
Do you think they cover? Don't tell me. Let me know.
Yeah. We'll talk about it later.
I feel like this is a game you're gonna pick because it's just too easy, right? Like it almost feels too easy.
Yeah, but I thought that last week with the Bills and Chargers. But then again, the Chargers did have an interim head coach. That's where I fucked up. So
you gotta start listening to me more, man.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I have no but. You're right. We got Steelers Seahawks. It's insane to me to still think the Steelers are 8-7.
Culture game. Yeah. Mike Tomlin never had a losing season. He wants something to prove. I think he wants 10 wins. I think he does. I think he wants to put it on his resume. Hey, I took this terrible Steelers team to the playoffs with a 10-7 record. Yeah. I think it's a culture game. And I think they could win this game. But you could say the same thing for Seattle too, because it's Pete Carroll. And like he won a game with Drew Lock.
Yeah.
He won a game with Drew Lock as his quarterback against a team that went to the Super Bowl last year. So like this might be the ultimate, like this is the culture bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like I think I know he played for Oklahoma State, but Mason Rudolph, I think it's kind of like a cool story. Like, hey, I've been a backup here for years and I finally get to play. He beats the dog shit out of the Bengals and he made George Pickens happy. If you can make George Pickens happy, like you've basically won the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of his antics, everything he does, everything he comes with, that's just George Pickens.
Who has a bigger game this weekend in this game? DK Metcalf or George Pickens?
I don't know. Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph or Drew Lock? Or is Geno playing?
Geno's playing.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they're still fighting for a playoff spot.
George Pickens has 1,000 yards on the season.
Does he really?
He has 56 receptions for 1,009 yards and 5 touchdowns.
God
Yeah, see,
damn.
everything that George Pickens comes with, like his days in Georgia, like all of his antics, everything that he just is as a as a person, like he makes up for it by what he can do on the field sometimes, or at least in his own head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to have a guy like George Pickens on your team when he can do shit the way that he does. Like he makes up for it. At least he probably thinks he does. He's like goes to practice. He's like, I can do this. Like fucking I could
Does
slap a
he
play.
just think he's Antonio Brown? Is that all it is?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
He might be just a. Oh, I thought he was like 6'5". He's listed as 6'3".
Yeah. I mean, which is still comparative to us. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's true. I don't know. I think this is another big George Pickens game
I think so.
because if Devin Witherspoon is still out, I love Trey Brown, bless his heart, but he's gonna have to cover either Deontay Johnson or George Pickens.
Yeah.
And if Mason Rudolph is like gonna have another big game, like if this is a game where he like shows out again.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyreek Woolen, he was sensational last year, and he's just kind of been
Meh.
pretty average this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost like Trey Brown's had to do the majority of the work in the cornerback room,
Hey, Trey
and he
Brown's
gets
played
tired.
well though.
Yeah, but he's tired.
Yeah. I can see that.
Or
I, know,
does
I
I could
still
be
think
completely wrong, and like the Seattle just beats the dog shit out of the Steelers. But again, culture game,
yeah.
culture bowl.
Seattle is 5-2 at home this year.
They are 5-2. Is that your nerd nugget?
No,
Your
it's
stat?
just what I can see on the screen.
Yeah.
But I do think Pittsburgh wins this game.
Yeah, I know. This is like they're gonna get that 9th win.
Yeah.
Who's their last game? The Ravens. Ooh, win this game and the Ravens game. If they
I
can do
don't think
that,
they
if they can win this game and then they can also beat the Ravens, I think I wouldn't mind seeing them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind because like in the beginning of the season when they were just kind of scooting by and they were 6-3, like you knew there was something wrong with the team, like but they were still winning, and
Yeah.
then they started just losing, and you're like, man, I don't want to see this team in the playoffs, and they're gonna get in. Mason Rudolph was fun last week. He threw the ball well. George Pickens
He
was
did.
fun.
He did. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think they beat the Ravens next week, but at least I think the Steelers go out and win this because that solidifies the Mike Tomlin.
Just throw out the record books for that game. It's Ravens Steelers.
Oh, it's gonna be Ravens.
We'll see.
We will. Bengals.
We'll see
Chiefs.
how they play this game. If they can
Oh yeah.
convincingly, yeah, they can convince me that they can put up a game against the Ravens if they have another game against the Seahawks like they did last week, like 31-11, or at least 31-17. If they win by at least 2 scores and a field goal, 2 touchdowns and a field goal, 17 points, then
Okay.
I think that they can beat the Ravens.
What if they win by 16?
That's tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dog nose fight. It's got to be
Yeah.
17.
All right.
Got to be 17.
What if it's 18?
They might just beat the Ravens.
All right. Chargers Broncos. So the Broncos, before we get into this game, have benched Russell Wilson so they don't have to pay him the injury guarantee and are likely going to cut him in the offseason. What do you think?
I think, again, another player, just inject them with sodium pentanol, true serum. Hey, buddy, maybe it's time to retire. Maybe your glory days.
Really?
Yeah, maybe your glory days were when we're with Seattle, and maybe Pete Carroll wasn't all that bad. Well, what have you done since? What have you given me?
What have you done for me lately?
No.
Yeah, I could see
He's
that.
won 11 games with the Broncos in his 2 years span.
Yeah.
11 games with the Broncos.
God, they only won 4 games last year.
He probably has more bedrooms in his home than wins.
Well, Lil Wayne's got more bathrooms in that one house.
Yeah, then Russell Wilson has wins
Yeah.
with the Broncos.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, who's Jared Stidham's playing?
I think so, yeah.
Where did it all go wrong with Russ?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Was it Mr. Unlimited?
Maybe.
It had to have been before that, right?
Was it the Dangerwich?
Remember, we'll always have the Dangerwich. I'm glad you brought that up.
We will always have the Dangerwich.
We'll always have that. That's a core memory for us. Man, I had him in my top 10 at one point, like of quarterbacks.
You know, truthfully, and you can call me a liar if you don't believe me, and maybe it's just biased because I was a Packers fan. I never had Russ that high.
He looked good at like the beginning.
He had games and he had seasons, honestly, where he was like electric. But I never felt it was consistent enough over a long enough period of time. Because you also think about it, when he came into the league, you know, Peyton was still playing, Brady was still playing, Aaron was in his prime, Breeze was still playing, Phillip Rivers was still playing. God damn, I feel like I'm old.
It's because he beat you in the NFC Championship game, right?
That's exactly why. That's exactly why.
Because he got to the Super Bowl twice. It's more than what Aaron can say.
Got the absolute fuck you. They got the absolute shit kicked out of them by the Broncos in 2011. Was it 2011? But you know, I never thought Russ was like the Seahawks.
In 2011?
What year was it they got the shit kicked out of them by the Broncos? Or was that the other way around?
He wasn't drafted till 2012.
Oh, maybe I'm tripping then. Was it 2012 or 2013? Am I tripping? Am I just fucking wrong? Am I misremembering NFL history? Was it the Broncos that got the shit kicked out of them in the Super Bowl? Hold on.
Panthers got the shit kicked out of them by the Broncos in the Super Bowl. It's 24-10.
Okay, yeah. It was the Seahawks that beat the shit out of the Broncos. I'm tripping. I don't know why I was remembering that backwards. Yeah, because the Seahawks in Super Bowl
Oh, yeah, when they had Peyton
in 2014.
It was 43-8.
Yeah, in 2014. Yeah, I said it wrong. The Seahawks beat the fuck out the Broncos in the Super Bowl. And then obviously we had the fucking Patriots.
Yeah, we had the Percy Harvin kick return.
Yeah.
Electric. And then the high snap first 2 plays of the game.
Yeah. That was a wild time. I remember that a lot better now. But anyways, I don't know. Like I said, I never had Russ that high. It may have been bias. It may have been anger because he just kept beating the fucking Packers. But
he'll
go down as one of the quarterbacks of all time.
He's just so weird.
He's a weirdo.
He's weird. But the Dangerwich was an all-time video.
I love the Dangerwich.
And then we also had Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah.
And then we had the video after he got paid where he had like Sierra in bed with him and he was like, he said Broncos country. I was kidding. That was when he was with the Seahawks when he got paid.
You think
we have the video of him on his
he just sees himself as Pitbull?
I think he sees himself as like the coolest guy on the planet and like everybody just loves him.
You think he watches like the Dos Equis commercials? He's like, that's me.
Who's oh yeah, the most interesting guy in the world.
Yeah.
Who's I'm trying to think of the artist. Fucking who was it? South Park made an episode making fun of this celebrity because he thought he was like the coolest guy on the planet. No one else thought the same. That's like what Russ reminds me of. Like he probably thinks he's so cool that everybody also thinks he's awesome. And
I feel like he gets up in the morning. He's like, I don't touch my phone for 30 minutes. And you're like, all right, nerd, shut the fuck up. Yeah. It's like, I wake up to the sounds of the trees. Like, shut
I know he's the he's the kind of guy that he goes he does Pilates like in the morning.
Yeah, the substitute teacher would leave the class. Everyone get loud. He'd be like, guys, be quiet. Yeah, I know. Quiet.
He's the guy like on the bus, like on the team rides, where he's like, everybody, we need to settle down. The bus driver's trying to ride. They're trying to drive.
Hey, you forgot to.
Which we're saying all that, and everybody that's been teammates with him is like, yeah, he's like a great dude and a good husband. He's just fucking
Melvin
weird.
Gordon did not Gordon.
Well, Melvin Gordon was probably the only guy that was like a guy's guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's like,
Fair
this
enough.
guy's fucking weird. But DK Metcalf and like all of his Seahawks teammates were like, yeah, he was a cool, except for Marshawn Lynch too. He had to talk to his agent in order to talk to Russ because they just wouldn't.
Oh, dude, Beast Mode's my favorite, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's like Melvin, like his running backs probably hated him.
You think
Which is, how do you have Marshawn Lynch hate you?
you think Russell Wilson hosts game night and then everyone comes over, he's like, guys, I got Yahtzee.
He's like, let's play sorry. We're playing. He's like, oops, sorry. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely Russell Wilson.
Oh, God damn it. He took home the class pet every weekend. I want to take home Mr. Whiskers. We need to stop. We need to stop. He's gonna pray about us, and we're both gonna die.
Russell,
the Broncos.
Like, there was the video of him. Like, I don't remember if it was practice. I think it was practice where he ran out of like the practice facility pretending like he was practicing like the teammate high fives, like where they run and they're like,
yeah,
that was Russell Wilson. He practiced it.
You think Russell Wilson would let Kodak drive the boat? No.
Russell Wilson is probably the guy that's like, no, Kodak, you've had a couple of sips of the strawberry daiquiri. Okay,
we need somebody. Where's your boating license?
Yeah.
I feel bad for Russ.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Broncos country, let's ride.
You think the Broncos won this game?
Yeah.
Chargers are just that bad.
Russ is probably thinking in his head right now. He's like, the team is so gonna play for me.
Yeah. He's like, I'm doing this for the team, and they're like, fuck you, dude.
He's probably thinking in his head right now. He's like, the team is so gonna rally behind me. And like, guys, we let this happen to our quarterback. They're probably thinking, thank God.
He's gonna show up to meetings in full Broncos gear, and I'm like, dude, go the fuck home. Go home, please.
He's like, Broncos country, let's ride. He's got fucking bags under his eyes.
He's the guy that tells his teammates to stop running around the pool.
Is that what the name of this episode's gonna be?
Yeah.
Fun facts.
I'm putting this on TikTok. I just want you to
know. He was a good quarterback at one point, but he is getting old.
Yeah.
He got old quick though. I mean, he's like still what, like 30?
He hit the wall real quick.
Yeah. He went from being like a top quarterback that can make every throw to, which he still can. He's had a couple of throws this season, like the Cortland Sutton, that one that had
and like did a little spin in the fucking I mean, he's got it. He still shows he has it. I just don't know that he can live there. You know what I mean?
So who won the trade? The Seahawks or the Broncos? Because there's only been like two players that have been good.
That the NFL,
like Devin Witherspoon was like a part. Like he was the 2024 draft pick that they got.
Yeah.
From
Noah Fant's been pretty good. Not consistent enough, but he's
Charles Cross. Charles Cross was a draft pick.
Yeah.
Right? He was a draft pick.
I think so. Yeah.
Charles Cross has been unbelievable.
Yeah. I think Seattle's won so far.
Yeah, Drew Lock. We forget. They got Drew Lock at him.
Yeah, he did go beat the fucking Eagles. So.
Yeah, I like the Broncos this game.
Remember when Texas did that after beating Missouri in a bowl game?
Yeah, I know.
Anyways.
Remember when Tom Herman was the coach? Did you know he actually recruited most of the guys that Sark is coaching right now?
I know.
Devondre Swift, Byron Murphy.
Football was a lot more fun when Texas kept fucking up the coaching hire.
Yeah.
And now
fucking Sarkisian, he looks like he's building something. They're gonna win.
Just don't let a ref touch him at a bowl game.
They're gonna win at least one SEC championship.
You think so?
I think they'll win at least one.
And how long? How long do you think it takes them to win one? Who do you think wins one first, Texas or Oklahoma?
When is Archie Manning going to be drafted? Like 2027? 2026, 2027? Yeah. Okay, in 2029, they'll win one.
You think you don't think Arch gets one?
No.
I don't think so either. You think Oklahoma or Texas wins one first?
Oklahoma.
How soon?
Mm,
Think we won Will Jackson?
yeah, 2026, his senior year.
Think so?
His senior year, we're gonna get Jerry Rice's other son or Marvin Harrison's other son.
Okay.
Or we'll get Randy Moss's
Maybe Drake
other son.
Soups has been cooking up a kid. Maybe he's got one that we don't know about.
No,
Maybe.
I think Randy Moss has another son, and he's just not telling people. He's like
Yeah.
building them. It's like in the lab. It's like AI. It's Randy Moss, but like the AI version. Like he just built an AI robot.
I
That's
think
what
what's going to happen is we're going to have this mysterious transfer named Steak Droops. He's going to come in, and
with the
he's
mustache.
going to with the mustache. He's going to have the I am 12 thing from Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
And he's going to come in and just light the fucking country on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I hope that happens.
Me too. Him
Bengals
talking
Chiefs.
shit to that Arizona guy, by the way. He got blasted, got his helmet knocked off, and Monty was like talking shit. He's like, motherfucker, I got the first down. He's like 4 yards short. He's like, motherfucker, I got the first down.
Yeah. I loved every second of that.
Oh, God, I don't miss Drake Stoops. But yes,
wasn't that guy a defensive lineman too?
No, he's a linebacker. Manu.
Oh yeah.
He's a Mike linebacker.
Manu.
Anyway.
His name.
Yeah, fucking faggot. We got We got Bengals Chiefs.
I think this is it's in Arrowhead. Burrowhead. Fuck, I was gonna pick the Chiefs, but it's in Burrowhead.
Well, Burrow's not playing.
I know, but still, like the enigma is looming. Is Jamar Chase out? Enigma?
Yeah. Dude, I'll say it again.
What's wrong with that?
No,
I'm genuinely confused now.
Forget about it.
No, you don't just.
I can't say it.
Am I saying something wrong?
No. Here, I'll text you. You're gonna think I'm the biggest dumbass in the world.
I already think that. I can't think any different. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So the Burrowhead, yeah. So Jamar Chase, is he out?
He's questionable.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
If he plays, I got the Bengals. If he doesn't, Chiefs. I think this is the get right game for the Chiefs. I think Andy Reid has probably figured out by now, like, hey, Matt Nagy isn't working. So, like, I'm gonna take over play calling. Matt, you can get out.
Yeah, you think so?
Maybe Patrick Mahomes just sucks. I mean, I would never think that. I think he's still the best quarterback in the NFL, but I don't know. He's kind of sucked.
Have you seen Joe Flacco?
Yeah, fuck, I forgot about Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's so elite that sometimes we forget about him.
Yeah.
Because like he's just so good that you like it's almost like a dream. Like
it's
can
like
a guy be this good?
The Bears, you expect it, you know?
I guess. Thanks.
No problem, man.
This made me sad.
I think this is a bounce back game for the Chiefs. I do not see the Chiefs.
I do think this is a bounce back game for Taylor Swift. She's had some questionable activities up there in the box.
She has.
She's done a couple of things up there in the box, and I think this is her get right game. She's gonna go up there. You know, maybe instead of having 3 drinks, she cuts it down to 2 drinks.
You think she drops any F-bombs?
Maybe don't take the Lord's name in vain too, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You know, maybe just like have like a QB wristband, but of things of not to do when you're up there in Donna Kelsey's box. She's going to be all up in that box, by the way.
She is.
Get right game for Taylor Swift. I like Isaiah Pacheco this game. I know he's been like not as productive. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not Isaiah Pacheco. Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
CEH.
I like Clyde Edwards-Helaire this game. He's reemerged. Remember how good he was at LSU in his rookie year?
Yeah, see, it was the weird one for me, like his like just disappearance. Like he just like fell off out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was in the doghouse.
He was
for no reason. I mean, everybody wants to talk about Jarrett McKinnon and then Isaiah Pacheco, but people forget Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Hey, when he's on,
That's what they
he's
need to
fucking
implement.
good, man.
He can catch the ball out of the backfield. Just throw him a swing pass.
Yeah.
If Matt Nagy's offense is horrible, but one thing that always worked in Chicago was just throw a swing pass to Jordan Howard or fucking Tyree Cohen, which I miss that guy so much. I wish he was still a Bear. We still have to pay him.
Where's he at?
He tore his Achilles and tore his ACL, and then we just cut him. But we had him on a 4-year contract, and so we still had to pay him.
Damn.
So now we finally get rid of that dead cap. But he was electric.
Free Cohen was a motherfucker, man.
He was so good, and
he was a motherfucker.
Ryan Pace fucked that up so bad. I'm pissed about that. But yeah, just get the running backs going. You're doing it up against the Bengals. The Bengals are without DJ Reader, and that was a big difference last game. The Steelers, they worked the Bengals not having your best pass rusher, DJ Reader. Yeah, that's a big deal. What just happened?
They just ran a double reverse, and Mekembuka just threw it, but he overthrew Tate. So, yeah.
Mekembuka, not a quarterback.
Not a quarterback. Will not be drafted to play such.
Might still be better than Tate Martell, though.
I think my left nut is better than Tate Martell at quarterback. But
I think so.
It's to be determined. I still haven't seen that guy play football.
Yeah. But
Tate Martell, not my left nut. That's great.
Yeah. I do like the Chiefs in this one. I think the Chiefs, I think they do have a get-right game, bounce back. It almost feels like they have to win this game to be able to believe in them because, they've looked awful. They've looked like the worst team in the NFL the past 2 weeks, offensively. It's like watching the Bears in 2018. No offense, defense has to carry you, but their offense might be worse than the 2018 Bears. That's fucking saying something. They had
Tyreek Hill matter that much to them?
No. I'm telling you, it's Matt Nagy is their offensive coordinator.
Was Nagy there last year?
He was the quarterback's coach, but Eric Bieniemy was the offensive coordinator.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he was the quarterback's coach, but he barely, he just spent time with all the QBs.
Yeah.
But he's the offensive coordinator. He's coordinating practices most of the time while Andy Reid's being an overall head coach, But I know Andy Reid's special is the offensive side of the ball. But he's probably like, hey, Matt Nagy, you want a second shot at a head coaching job? Here, I'll give you a chance. You've got Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I've given you the keys to the Ferrari. No, let me sit back and look at this Denny's menu. And it hasn't worked.
It's that State Farm commercial. He's like, let me get some nuggies.
He's like, not those nuggies. Yeah. It's just not working. It's Matt Nagy. But I do like a Chiefs bounce back game. So
I do too. I definitely I'm feeling the Chiefs in this one. And
do you?
That might be one of my dick picks. We'll see. But I'm gonna introduce this one. All right. Sunday night football. Packers, Vikings. 7:20 on NBC.
Goal day.
Yeah.
That was the most anticlimactic intro.
Yeah, it sucked, man.
You gotta work on that. You have to work on that.
I'm over it. I'm done with the season. That's where I'm at. I already have everything I need this season. I know Jordan Love's the guy. I know we got some dudes on offense, and it's time to get rid of Joe Barry. Jaron Hall is gonna have a career day. Have his best day.
Oh, is he playing?
Yeah, he's their starting quarterback, Jaron Hall. It's already over. Fucking Vikings won. So
Jaron Hall's gonna be playing?
Yeah.
When did they give up on Nick Mullins?
It's fucking Tuesday.
I didn't see anything.
You didn't see that? Yeah, Jaron Hall is starting.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yeah.
I do kind of feel bad for Vikings fans because doesn't it almost feel like if Kirk Cousins was still playing, they'd be at least
they would have
9-6 they would be at least 9-6 or 10-5.
They'd be a 10-win team right now if Kirk Cousins was still healthy.
Yeah, because their defense has been really good the second half of the season.
Yeah.
Their defense has been good. They still have Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson's finally.
Well, TJ's not playing this weekend.
I guess I just missed everything on the Vikings this week.
Well, you're not playing them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Packers.
Well,
tore his
usually, like, I try to
ligament.
keep up with all that, though. I try to keep up with the injury report, and I guess I just missed. I have a question for you.
So,
So I didn't really have anything on this game because I was going to let you just go ahead and spew everything that you had to say. But since your answer is short and sweet, I do have a question.
so
Is this a must compete?
yeah, certainly.
Is it a must win?
I don't know that it's a must win. Now, look, if the Packers want to make the playoffs, obviously it's a must win, right? Packers have a
Okay, that's
62%
all I
chance
needed.
to make the
No, listen.
playoffs if they win this game. But I don't think you need to make the playoffs to consider the season a success.
Okay. That's a good answer. Now I have another question for you. I have tried to look up I've tried to read different articles. I've tried to read up on like what the situation was, but like what happened with the Jair Alexander coin toss thing?
Okay.
Because what I read was like he's from Charlotte. He wanted to go out there and call the coin toss. What happened?
Okay, so and I got into a fucking Instagram argument over this. You understand when a team elects a decision on the coin toss, they can defer, they can defend, or they can receive.
Yes.
Right? When they defer, that means they defer their choice to the second half. Right?
That means they receive it in the second half. Or
yes, they defer their election to the second half.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Jair was not picked as one of the three captains. He felt that he should have been because he's from Charlotte, which I could see that. Jair just ran out there with the captains, and when he, instead of choosing to defer, he said, "Oh, we want defense first," or he was like, "We want them to have the ball first," or something like that. And they're like, "So you choose to defend or defer?" He was like, defer. Like we want to be on defense first." And then one of the captains like had to step in and was like, "You defer?" And they're like, "Yes." So he almost cost the Packers the possession coming out of the second half by fucking up the coin toss. And because he chose himself over the team, Matt LaFleur decided that he's suspended for this game. Now, Matt did say that he thinks this will be better for his and Jair's relationship going forward. Some people are saying Jair's given up on the team. I don't think that's the case. I just think it was Jair, ever since he's been at Louisville, has been like a larger than life type of guy, right? He's like a troll. He's like an internet troll. Like in the NFL, Jair Alexander is the definition of an internet troll, right? He's just a goofy, dickhead ass dude that talks shit, and he can back it up 9 times out of 10. But it was just a really weird situation. I don't think a whole lot of it. I just think he just was being selfish, and the team's going to punish him for it. So, and I mean, you can't let that go. You can't let players just do whatever the fuck they want. You'll get ran over. So, especially when you got a young team like the Packers have. Packers have the youngest team in football. They start seeing, oh, he's good. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. They're going to be like, oh, well, they don't give a fuck then, no matter what. So, I don't think it's as serious of a situation as people are trying to make it out to be. But I do agree that as much as it sucks, we're not going to have him against Josh Jefferson. He should be suspended. So,
You know what I think?
what's up?
I think we should investigate the refs.
Think so?
Yeah.
What's that?
Because clearly Jair knew what he was talking about whenever he went out there to, pick for the coin flip. But they made it seem like they didn't.
Maybe.
It's to me, for the way you explained it, you made it seem like, Jair said, hey, we defer. But then the refs are like, wait, what did you want?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this. Is it so like Jair, I agree, like having him out there on the field is like a big difference for the Packers. Like he is the best corner like for the Packers. He's probably like a top 3 corner in the NFL too, when like fully healthy and like playing good. But not having him out there, that is like that's an impact. Does that make the Rasul Douglas trade that much like more impactful to the team? Because
I don't think so.
look how he's played for the Bills. He's played well.
He has been great, but he's older, and his contract is up at the end of the season. So while it wasn't a huge cap hit, it wouldn't have hurt to keep him around, would have helped the team, obviously. He was the best player in the secondary when he got traded. Like, he was playing the best, arguably out of anyone on the defense. They were just selling high, I think, is what it really came down to with Rasul. And I fucking love Rasul. I mean, you saw how pissed I was when we came on here to record. I fucking love Rasul Douglas. He's a badass, dude. And he's playing his ass off in Buffalo right now. But same time, NFL's a business. The Packers are going through a youth movement, getting all the young guys in there, keeping onto their studs. And they got some good dudes out in the secondary, some good young guys. I think Carrington Valentine is that fucking guy. Corey Ballantyne's played well. They'll probably get a couple in the draft, but I don't think it's going to be that bad looking back. Now, to get a 5th round pick out of it, kind of maybe want something a bit better, but they sold high, and I think they'll be fine.
Are you worried that the Packers are going to lose this game?
Not worried about it.
Is this like Jordan Love has to play well? Like what happened? Like, what is your opinion on Jordan Love if he doesn't play well?
If he doesn't play well in this game, he doesn't play well. It's his first year starting. He's going to have like yips and hiccups, but he has proved to me over the majority of the season, especially his play as of late, he is the guy in Green Bay.
Yeah.
He's the franchise quarterback.
So if they only win this game by like a field goal or like 3 points, are you worried that they're going to get their asses whooped in the playoffs if they make the playoffs?
If they make the playoffs, they will get
Okay.
Probably.
You're very realistic about your Packers.
Okay. Yeah. That's just where I'm at this point. Like, they just look. They're
it's almost like team. It's almost like you're like me now. It's like you can't hurt me. I already know what my teams are.
Yeah, literally, dude. People talk shit to me all the time, and I'm like, okay, that's exactly
like
what
you talk to a Cowboys fan. You're like, yeah, the Cowboys are kind of fucking overrated, and they're nothing. Well, we beat the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly.
We're 10-5. What do you mean, bro? You talk to a Bears fan like me, and it's like, hey, do you think Justin Herbert can throw for 150 yards? Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
No, I hope Montez Sweat gets a sack this game.
Yeah. No,
maybe we could keep it within 3 points.
Maybe we can't get run out of the building this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Hey, maybe we only lose by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. No, like I said, the Packers have surprised me because I didn't expect this. I thought they were a decent or okay team.
You did say at the beginning of the season, so when you smoked the Bears, the first game of the season, I was like, yeah, it's over. Like, it's still the same rivalry. Packers always own the Bears. I remember you specifically saying, I don't know. I don't trust this team. And then it all went to shit.
Yeah.
And then they came back from the depths of hell and fucking put together a pretty damn good season. So,
and I still didn't trust the fucking team. If you remember, look, they did well. Obviously, I beat the shit out of the Bears, and I was like, I don't know. They're young. They're going to fuck up at some point.
Or it's just the Bears.
That's fair. Or it's just the Bears. And then they fucked up at some point, and I was pissed, but I understood. And then they went on that streak. They beat the Lions. They beat the Chiefs, whoever the fuck else. And I was like, look, they're still a young team. They're going to fuck it up. And then they lost 2 straight to the fucking Giants and the goddamn Bucks. And I was like, all right, see? It's exactly what I thought. So... But it has been fun. It's been an interesting season.
Yeah, it has. I don't know. There's still a chance that it's the Packers. They're going to win the Super Bowl before the fucking Bears do.
Yeah, but
I won't be happy.
I don't know how quickly I want them to do it. I don't know how quickly I want them to win the Super Bowl because Brett only got back one at a time and lost. Aaron never got back. Jordan wins one in like year 4. I don't know if I can live the rest of my life or until the next Packers quarterback comes in and win another fucking Super Bowl.
Because you have to pay him. Right now,
Oh,
this is the
yeah.
perfect time to get like the best defense you can, defensive coordinator, good young wide receivers, have him on a rookie deal. This is the only time the Packers have the
Yeah.
chance, like, to do that.
As smart as it was to sit him behind Aaron for as long as they did, and they squeezed the piss out of Aaron. They got everything they could to that last season. And
Yeah.
look, Aaron might come back next year and win comeback player of the NFL. Like, but with Jordan at like when they did that with Aaron and set him behind Brett, that was a different time. Like players weren't making $40-50 million a year, especially quarterbacks. And now Jordan sits, doesn't get paid a whole lot. They do a 1-year extension, paying him like 14, 15, 16 million, whatever it is. If he's the dude and they give him a long-term deal, he's going to want $35-40 million a year. And then we're going to be stuck in the same hole where we're broke as shit, having to kick the can on the cap every fucking year. So it's a weird spot to be in. But either way it goes, franchise quarterback, not all teams have that. The teams that do are significantly better than teams that don't, unless you're the Chargers.
I mean, the Justin Herbert thing's not all, out of the reach for Chicago. The Chargers are in cap hell, having signed the contract they did for Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Joey Bosa. Like, they're in cap hell right now. I mean, he would instantly be the best Bears QB of all time, never thrown a pass for the Bears.
You think Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa are Chargers next year?
I don't know if Khalil Mack is. He can come back to Chicago for another year.
You think one of the two are?
Joey Bosa.
Think so?
Yeah, I think he has a longer contract.
Well, do they not try to offload him to save money with all his injury issues?
I don't even know what they're gonna do with that, but I'm telling you right now, like when it comes to like it's heating up. Like people are talking about like the Chargers maybe trading, or the Bears trading the number 1 overall pick for Justin Herbert to the Chargers.
Chargers just blowing it up early.
Well, yeah, rebuild. You're gonna get a kid from California. Like that's one thing the Chargers can't get fans in the stands.
Yeah.
And so like, how do you get fans in the stands?
They should have stayed in San Diego.
Yeah. Heisman winning QB from USC, Southern California.
I contend that the Rams also should have stayed in St. Louis. We don't need an NFL team in LA.
We got 2 now, so.
And one of them played in the soccer stadium for 4 years.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, we didn't even pick it. With all that being said, I think the Packers lose this game. I think the Vikings should win.
I like
defense is so good.
One too.
And
I don't
trust our defense.
I kind of like the Packers this game.
I could see it going either way. But I won't be mad if they lose. I mean, I'll be happy I won't be mad if they win or lose. I'll be happy if they win. I'll be okay if they lose.
I like the Packers game. I had to change my pick because the second that both you and I said that we think the Vikings are going to win, it was almost like automatically.
It was clear as day the Packers are going to win by 40.
Yeah.
Said that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to switch mine. I think the Packers are going to win this game.
I would love another Keyshawn Nixon kick return touchdown against the Vikings. That would make this white boy very happy. So.
Okay. So in the head-to-heads, we like the Cowboys, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm writing down. I remember all the picks. You like the Ravens, correct?
Yes.
And then you liked the Bills?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even care about this game. We're about to do our dick picks here in a second.
Yeah, I'm picking mine.
I'm just writing down the head-to-heads. So who did you like in the Raiders Colts?
Colts.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. The Raiders defense has been playing good, man. They've looked really good. And I know like Aiden O'Connell hasn't looked great, but like he still has Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams. Like any of those guys can go off at any point.
I'm about to say
And
he
Zamir
can
White,
pop off for a great game or just out of nowhere.
like the Raiders, this one. You like the Bears, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna put. I hope they have fun. Yeah, I can't root against the Bears. Come on. Okay, and then you like the Panthers or Jags?
Jax.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'm not a dipshit, dog. Come on now.
Did you say you like the Texans?
Yes.
And you like the Rams, correct?
Yes.
Do you like Ram or Ford?
Ram.
Well, let me tell you what. I'll be Ford and ram my cock in your ass. That was a joke I used on a Tinder date one time.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time I tried a dementia joke? That one didn't work.
Why? Because you couldn't remember it?
Nah, because I fucking hate you. Now this girl, I was like, "What do you do like for work?" And she was like, "Oh, like I work with elderly like dementia patients." I was like, "That's a pretty forgettable job." And she's like, "They're very sweet." I was like, "Oh, you're a bitch."
Yeah, they're fucking assholes too.
I know, bro. I'll have to tell you after we stop recording. One of them fucking motherfuckers came into the credit union about scared the piss out of me the other day.
Remind me again, did you like the Bengals or the Chiefs?
Chiefs.
Yeah, I kind of like the Chiefs too. I don't know. Every time I pick the Chiefs, they just get butt fucked.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna continue to pick the Chiefs until they fire Matt Nagy.
it's kind of like my whole thing with the Cowboys. Every time I pick the Cowboys, they shit the bed. I feel like a Cowboys fan.
Do you like
It's
the
not
Steelers or the
as
Seahawks?
fuck. I don't know, dude. I think Pittsburgh. I'm gonna roll with Pittsburgh.
Dude, we are like almost neck and neck, or like we have a lot of the same picks.
That's what's scary. God, dude, Ohio State's defense is killing Missouri. This game's still 3
They
nothing.
need
By
to
the
throw the
way,
ball to Theo Weiss.
they should. They should. Remember for that like 2 week period, everyone thought his name was Theo Wasi.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I've got our head to heads. We'll tally those. I'll make sure to keeping head. I'll watch all the games and see what happens. You were 9 of 15 last week. I'm 8 of 15, so we're going to continue that score. This is going to be fun next season when
Yeah,
we are going through each
get a
week.
full season.
We need to do like we need to have some like loser does this, winner gets this.
Loser has to take a sex doll to a restaurant on a date.
I actually really like that. That's not that bad either.
It's
Well, we
not
can't do anything like egregious to where it's like
ruining
way
your
too uncomfortable.
career. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
like
should also
the
do
sex.
SEC picks as well for the first year in the
SEC picks?
SEC. Yeah.
We could do something like that. Oh, God, I can't fucking do anything right. Okay, dick pics. I am 4 of 6. You are 3 of 5.
Yes.
Okay. We kind of tied.
Yeah.
Since we tied, we can flip a coin to see who goes first.
Okay.
Siri, I'm heads, you tails. Hey Siri, flip a coin. Oh, it's tails. You go first.
She really be in the fuck out of you. All right, so I'm first.
Yeah.
All right, so my first one, I'm gonna take the Bears to cover -2.5.
I like it. Is that indicative of your faith in Justin Fields, or do you think Taylor Heineke just isn't going to be able to do what he did last week?
Yes.
Okay. Bears minus 2.5. I like it. I told you there was a bet that I love very much and is my favorite. I'm gonna take the over in the Dolphins Ravens.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Fucking what is it? 46.5?
Yeah.
That's that's gonna hit, dude. I figured that's what you were gonna go with, so I left it off of mine. Be a good guy.
Well, you're a good guy. I appreciate you.
Good guy. Good guy. My next one. I know I'm picking them to lose, but I'm gonna take the Raiders to cover.
Raiders to cover?
Yes. I think it's
No, I
3.5.
like that. I'm picking them to win. I think they win the head to head, but they're just not in my.
And your dick pics.
Yeah.
Oh, Brady Cook just uncorked one. Longest play of the game. Fucking 50 yards to Johnson.
Damn, after a false start.
Yeah. That was a bad ball, too. That bitch was not a spiral. And it was really late.
I'm so sad about YouTube TV. There is one more over that I'm gonna take, and it's gonna be the over in the Rams Giants game.
What's that?
Do what?
43.5. That's not bad. That's not bad. My next one. This might surprise you. I'm gonna take the under in Lions Cowboys 51.5.
Lions Cowboys under?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That is like probably the second easiest over.
You think so?
Yeah.
51.5?
Yeah.
I think this is a defensive game, man. The under hit in Miami and Dallas, didn't it?
Yeah, but those are two like that was just a day that I could expect the under to hit. Even though I think I picked the over for that game.
I don't know. This is Dallas at home. They are at AT&T Stadium.
Well, yeah, Jared Goff in a stadium, like he's in a dome. He's not outside. It's only supposed to be like 53 on Saturday, and it's going to be indoors, and then it's also Dak at home.
I'm gonna roll with it, man. I'm gonna roll with it. I already picked it. Yeah,
you're good. You are good. I am gonna take the. I've been fading him the past like 2 weeks. Well, I take that back. I've been correct about the Bills the past 2 weeks. I was correct about them against the Cowboys, and I was correct about them against the Chargers. I'm going to take them minus 13.5.
Okay. Like it. So my next one. I'm going to take. This is a twofer. All right. This is a.
Oh, you're doing a bonus?
I'm doing a bonus.
We get our first bonus. Is it same game? Same game?
Yes.
Okay.
Bucks to cover plus the over. 42.5.
I actually do like that one. Baker's been playing fucking awesome.
And it's a 2.5 point spread.
That is a over 42.5.
Yeah.
That's easy. Yeah. I like that a lot. All right. I am.
Brady Cook just died.
I'm going to take the under in the. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take the under in the Texans Titans game.
I like that. 43.5. I really like that.
So this counts as 5. So I'm going to do 4 or 5 on that one for you.
I got one more. You ready?
Go ahead.
I got the under in the Eagles and Cardinals game, 48.5.
Okay, so, dude, hold on. I need more room. All right. And then for my final one, I do like that Bucks cover and over. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a very good one. I think I'm going to take the Steelers to cover. So Steelers plus 3.5.
I like it. I like it. I think either way that game ends within a field goal.
Yeah. See,
Either way, if it's the Steelers winning or the Seahawks winning, it should be a field goal game.
Yeah.
They seem fairly evenly matched. I mean, I feel like the Seahawks have a bit more firepower on offense, but very even teams.
I do
But
like your picks.
you want to run back through our picks real quick outside of the Lions Cowboys, which you were trying to talk me out of, but got a feeling.
Well, no, I like yours. Bears minus 2.5. You got the Raiders to cover. You got the under in the Lions Cowboys. You did a bonus one. I do like that. That's going to be the Bucks to cover and the over in that game. So I'm going to count that as 2. And then you took the under in the Eagles and Cardinals.
Sure.
I've got the over in the Miami-Baltimore game. I also took the over in the Rams-Giants. I got the Bills minus 13.5. I don't know how that's going to change, but I'm just going to take them 13.5. That could go up or go down.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's going to happen. I got the under in the Texans-Titans game, and then I got the Steelers to cover 3.5.
I like it. Well, anything else? You said we had a conversation to get into, huh?
Now we got hotspot dead zone, man. Who's your hotspot?
So my hotspot, bowl season.
Bowl season.
Bowl season. Bowl season brings out the best in college football. Look, we had like Virginia Tech just Cody Schrader touchdown. Missouri's up 6-3, start of the fourth. You get great games like this. You get different games, right? You don't just get the same old shit you see during the regular season. You know, like Virginia Tech blowing out Tulane. You know, you get South Alabama destroying Eastern Michigan, then you get a big brawl. You get the fucking Duke's Mayo Bowl. The coach gets dumped in Mayo, or gets Mayo dumped on him every game. You know, the winning coach. You get the fucking Pop-Tarts Bowl to start the game coming out of a damn Pop-Tart or a damn toaster. And then he goes into the toaster and bursts a giant edible Pop-Tart for the team to share. You know?
Oh, no.
It's just bowl season's the best, man. You get games like Kansas and UNLV. That was fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah, that was a very fun game.
It's just,
I actually tweeted. I said, "Is Andy Kotelnicki? Was he holding Jason Bean back?"
Dude, he
had
went
4 touchdowns in like the first quarter. Almost, yeah.
It's outside of opt-outs, which do suck. Like you see this Missouri Ohio State game. There's like so many opt-outs and shit like that. It kind of like ruins the game. Or like Georgia, Florida State. There's over 40 combined opt-outs and transfers. Like that sucks, but bowl season as a whole is usually pretty entertaining.
Also, Clemson won the Gator Bowl today, and that meant more to Dabo Swinney than I think anything's ever meant to him because he was on his hands and knees praying like after he won.
It definitely meant more to him than any fucking transfer portal guy.
Yeah.
But who's your hotspot?
Who's your dead zone?
Oh, I thought we were gonna go back and forth.
No.
My dead zone?
We never done that.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
We never did done that.
We never did done that, huh? My dead zone. This poor white guy. Sometimes the white guys aren't the best athletes out there. I understand. Tyler Levine, running back for SMU. That may have been the worst fucking spin move I've ever seen in my entire life.
Would you like to go ahead and show the audience, the two people that are watching?
I mean, I'd have to pull it up.
Yeah.
I can pull it up real fast. Let's see. I bet I can get to it real quick. Let's turn the brightness down just a little bit. All right, take a look here. Look at that. Oh, it's just. Comment says for the first time, I'd say I could actually do better than that. We got a guest appearance on the pod. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and I'll go out there and I'll play with you, okay?
Oh, Uncle Seabass. What a guy. What a dude.
I'm a man's man. Hot spot. Being an uncle.
Being an uncle?
No. My hot spot's John Morant.
Whew. That's a smoking gun right there, my friend.
Yeah, he's back. He's looked really good coming back. He's fun to watch when he is playing. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna say actually hotspot, growth. All right.
Growth?
Progression, okay.
Like personal growth?
Yeah, personal growth. Okay. So he had a game where he played and his celebration was finger guns.
Pew, pew, pew.
So he's making progress.
Yeah.
Okay? There was also a very funny storyline that came out on him. I'm gonna text it to you whenever we're off the air. It's hilarious. I found they say journalism is dead. You'll see what I'm talking about when I send it to you. But he's looked electric. John Morant is like a very fun story in my opinion for the NBA because like when it happened, like when he very first showed the gun, it was like, well, that was kind of stupid. Like, of course you're going to get suspended for that. And then he did it a second time and it's like, okay, man, you need to learn. Like, this is probably going to end up ruining your career if you don't quit. But he just kept doing it and kept doing it. And it was like, oh, maybe he has a problem. Maybe like he can't stop. Like, it's like a guy that can't stop smoking cigarettes. It's like me with like Zins. Like, it's like you're so addicted to it. It's like, oh, he actually has a problem. And I'm kind of a sicko because I kind of want him to keep doing it. I just want it to be like he just can't stop doing it. It's the sicko in
that
me.
Never stops.
Yeah, it's the sicko. Like if I have to be addicted to something, somebody else like has to as well. I'm addicted to Zins, and that's like his thing. That's his Zen. But yeah, he's fun to watch. He's like his average in the past like 2 weeks when he's playing is just unbelievable. Also, the Thunder are kicking the shit out of the Nuggets right now. Go Thunder. Good team,
baby.
Very good team. Probably going to be number one in the West.
Probably not, but we'll see.
We'll not. Timberwolves will still find a way to fall off.
Probably.
Yeah, the Grizzlies. Whenever John Morant's out there, it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. What do you think about the Pistons?
Yeah. So let's say you're a Detroit fan.
At least you got the Lions.
Just for a second, you're a Detroit fan. Would you give up for the Pistons to never win a game again, for the Lions to win at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls?
You'd Maybe have not, to give me.
How about this? For the next 6 years, the Pistons are the worst team in the NBA and they only win 20 games for the next 5 years. If the Lions can win at least 1 Super Bowl this year.
I'd do it. I don't care that much about basketball, truly, unless the Thunder are good, which sounds shitty, but hey, man, baseball's the second best sport in the world. So
I only know like 3 Lions fans, and I don't know if any of them are actually like true Detroit fans. My buddy, he's a Detroit Lions fan because when they were 0-16, he decided that was going to be his favorite NFL team because he was like, well, the only thing they can do is go up from here. So he embraced like the 0-16. Like he's a
I guess that's fair. My one of my buddies I used to work with was a Browns fan because of Baker. And then after they shafted Baker, he was like, you know what? I'm going to be a Texans fan. And things are looking up for him,
Yeah.
Because he never had an NFL team. And now he's got C.J. Stroud, and he couldn't be happier.
Yeah, good for him. But yeah, John Morant, that's my hot spot. Or at least personal growth.
Yeah,
like
personal
brand.
growth.
My dad's on. I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams.
Okay.
So Miller Moss looked like pretty good.
Fucking fantastic.
He looked really good in the bowl game, and like obviously he can't do some of the things that Caleb Williams can do, but he still threw the ball well. I don't know if that's like indicative of just how good their receivers are, like, or I'm sorry, Brennan Rice and Taj Washington and Dorian Singer and all those guys. I don't know if Brennan Rice is playing, but
I don't know.
they look like Miller Moss. He looked like he could play, and so QB
Maybe it's because he
controversy.
didn't paint his fingernails.
Maybe that's what it is. Also, there was a video that emerged after they scored a touchdown, and the teammates were saying there was a lot of like accounts that were tweeting. Like here, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. So this is after they scored a touchdown. It said USC players didn't seem to be the biggest fan of star Caleb Williams. After last night's win, players were heard saying, "We a team now."
Damn.
That's right. It's coming up.
All right.
Yeah, so not a good. I don't know if that's in like if they're obviously talking about Caleb Williams. I think they might be because Miller Moss looked good. Maybe Caleb Williams just not a team guy. Maybe he's actually just really bad at quarterback.
Maybe. Some are saying.
Yeah, some are saying so. Yeah, Caleb Williams not a team guy.
All right. I like it.
He's also never thrown 6 touchdown passes in the whatever bowl they were playing.
That is true. That is also true. What bowl were they playing in? It was like the Outback Bowl or the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, he's Caleb Williams has never thrown 6 touchdown passes in a Holiday Bowl.
You know what's
Miller
crazy?
Moss has.
You know, Lincoln Riley has won. You know what quarterbacks Lincoln Riley has won bowl games with?
Miller Moss
Miller
and Spencer
Moss.
Rattler.
Yep.
Spencer Rattler, elite.
Maybe.
Spencer Rattler, elite. He did have that fucking beautiful throw to Marvin Mims in the Sugar Bowl or the Cotton
That
Bowl.
was against Florida.
Yeah.
Dude, take me back to that night. We beat the dog shit out of Florida. That was so fun.
Yeah. And now we can't even win one.
Yeah, it's all right.
Brent Venables the guy?
Yes, he is. We're not going to play this game.
No, we're supposed to be skeptics.
Oh.
Come on.
Yes, he's the guy. How's that for
Brent Venables never won the Alamo Bowl.
Bob Stoops did.
When did we play Clemson? In 2014. Like what bowl was
Russell
that?
Athletic Bowl.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was
That's
thinking
now, by the way, that is now the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
That's good.
That's why we didn't win. It wasn't the Pop-Tarts Bowl. It was Russell Athletic Bowl. Who the fuck wears Russell? It isn't Georgia Tech.
Dabo Sweeney. That was his favorite bowl. Good brand. I wear that in Asics.
You got anything else?
No, man.
Get
I think
into?
we're good. I
think so. Well, that will conclude episode 23. That will also conclude the Pigskin podcast for 2023. How about that? I think it's been a fun year. We've only been doing this for half the season. I can't wait to really get into the weeds and really keep this thing going all of next year. And
well, let me ask you this, DB. What's your New Year's resolution?
Ooh, I want to be a bastard and say lose weight because that's definitely what I need to do. You know what I mean? Stay in the gym, but that can't be a New Year's resolution because I won't stick to it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you know what my New Year's resolution is? It's to make this the best damn podcast on the planet. That's what my New Year's resolution is.
I like that. Big, high expectations. Mine is to never lose a parlay again.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. You hit on that. You keep your New Year's resolution. We might have a studio and all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
You just start pumping out some $1 DraftKings 18 times touchdown score parlays.
Yeah.
Make us.
Well, they would legalize gambling in Texas, maybe.
Oh yeah, I forget. It's not legal in Oklahoma or Texas. We're not doing that illegally. We live in Kansas.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah.
I live in Louisiana.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Go Tigers.
Nice pass. The Oise. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna wrap this up, and I'll be that piece of shit. We'll see y'all 2024. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year's. Enjoy it.